Okay. Oh, every time I forget this. Every time. Every time I do this. A pirate. Oh, that's gonna go. Oh, honesty. This one.
Artextric official. Be a support hero today. By using commands like /donation and /cash app.
I should turn that shit off, I swear. Okay.
Thank you, Yo Fave Artist, for sending 1x rose.
Hey, Fave. Hey, Fave Artist, what's going on? Okay, get the back like that. And then pull like this. Put the head like that. Okay. Let's fix this buff. It's really weird. It's really weird. Yeah. It's very, very weird. Not much you. I'm doing well. Hold on.
Eat roses and roses, baby.
There we go.
Artextric is doing Artextric's today theme is a pirate. Draw along.
Pirate.
Says Artextric is doing Artextric's today theme is a pirate. Draw long.
Draw long. I'm doing a pirate. This. Okay. The brush is here. Like this. Like that. Trying to figure out what we're doing with this. So something a lot more in your face. And then the hands is about here. Oh. Okay. Alright.
Says hi, Teach.
Hello. Hello. Okay. Okay, let's fix this house.
Says, hey, did you see that thing on Discord? Figured I'd
Artextric
ask.
has correctly joined the
I already
channel.
answered your question. I sent you the message and videos already.
Says I. You did.
Yep. I did today.
Stream Elements. Stream Elements bot running robot face. Learn how to customize the bot here. https://docs.streamelements.com.
No problem. No problem. Like that. Now we need to push in. Like that. Now the hand. Like this. And then put the arm right here. Up there. Like that. Right. And then that. The neck's about here. The shoulder's about here. Hi all. Neck is up, shoulder's up there. The only reason
Says, I'll be here till Bri gets on the go to YT.
Alright. Thank you. Well.
Thank you, Yo Fave Artist, for sending 4x Heart Puff.
Heart Puff. Thank you for the follows. Body's a little too. Like that. Okay, now.
Thank you, Driftwood Crafts Pens, for following.
Okay, so.
Thank you, Bobby
Says thanks for the
Hastings,
gifts
for
and
following.
follows, everyone.
Thank you. Okay, about. Say about like that. Today we're going to be doing reactions of Halloween stuff. I got two or three of them today. Okay, the shoulders here is way too high up here. Okay, let's get the overall shoulders like about that, and then it comes off like this. Okay, grab this. Like that.
Thank you, Evaporated Bubble, for following.
For those who wanted to know of what happened to the Grim Reaper one, it's right here. So if you're wondering, I did it yesterday as I promised. I fixed it and did a whole different pose. I chose to just do the whole thing over again. It was just not. I was just not feeling it. When I'm not feeling a pose, and it's dying off, and I'm not seeing it no more, I give up on it, and I just move on to something completely thing. Because it makes no sense to make something work if it's not working.
Thank you, Peanut, for following.
So yeah. I think I should have did a little bit more with the bag, but I should have put over her shoulder instead of in front of her, but... Let me see.
Says a peanut, hi peanut.
Peanut. Hello, Peanut.
Says Artextric is doing the Artextrics today. Theme is a pirate. Draw along.
Yes. You can put your drawing in the Discord for all to see.
Says I am Steve Bro MC movie is cooked.
Says don't forget to use the special Halloween emotes.
Yes. I think that's the problem. It's too. Okay, I see the problem now. There we go. There was no bending. It was just like straight on. That was the problem. There we go. It was feeling like really weird. Okay. I can fix that. Okay. Fix the head. Okay, so we have a good base. Pretty good base from this point. Oh wait, no. Make sure that the hand. This is where I always fuck up. So let me grab here.
Hello?
That's about there.
Hello?
Mono. Hello, Teach.
Hello?
Oh, Mono, how are you?
Hello? Hello?
Piss off, Ghost!
Hello?
Let me see.
Hello?
Mono. How are you?
Hello?
I'm doing okay.
Hello?
Says keep up the good work.
Thank you. There we go. That angling. Okay, there we go. We gotta make that look a lot more believable as we go. Okay. So clean this up. That's about here. Now the leg is way too wide here. It looks kind of ridiculous. So we need to grab this. It should make it smaller. About here. And it looks kind of curved. Like it doesn't look right. So all I'll do, I'll just erase it completely. Make sure that this leg is the most straightest, because when you're drawing a body, especially when you're drawing something like gesture drawing, when you're getting the gesture right, there's always a form of balance that's always happening. And you need to keep in mind when you're drawing a character, no matter the pose, there's always one leg stronger than the other, or if whenever they're the same strength, they're standing completely shoulder to shoulder to each other. Like they are literally at equals. But whenever a character is on a pose that is not just balanced, you have to keep that in mind, that there's one leg going to be stronger than the other. The stronger leg is usually the one the most straightest out of the two. That what keeps the balance in place. It doesn't matter.
Says I get how to do that now. That plain method for the legs is genius.
Yeah, it makes it look more like a leg. A lot of people try to draw the leg more like as an organic shape, but if you draw it the way I taught you, it's gonna look more like a leg. Ironically, it's ironic, but it's fun. It's effective. The breasts here are a little bit too weird. I'm gonna make this. It's very weird how I figured that out by drawing just hands. Here and here.
Says I've seen that method only a
Mono.
couple times. I've drawn them
I just
like that,
posted the
but
pirate drawing
achieving
and
them.
artwork.
Okay.
Says good afternoon, everyone.
Hello, Rai. Let's go, Mono.
Says it brighter close, Elu.
Hello. Okay.
Says, did you ever draw to all your characters?
No, I have never done that.
Says Oteach, is it alright if I send one more thing over Insta? It's for that lag pose.
Says at Aranichi hi.
You have to send it. You have to send
Says
it.
Adari Nichi hi Aaron.
You have to send it on Discord.
Thank you for
Oh,
following.
my neck.
Says who?
Send it to area on Discord.
Mono. Hi, Aaron.
Says Artextric is doing Artextric's Today theme as a pirate. Draw along.
Says CYA bro.
Says since Bry is here now to keep the comment pinned and answer questions, I'll go to YouTube.
Okay.
Says oh, okay. It was for the legs that were crossed, but I think I figured it out. Says hi Mono.
Says stay safe.
Says that Rinichi okay. Says that evaporated underscore bubble Elu.
Oh, this is with the like thing. Okay. Oh, well, she said she kind of figured it out. Okay. Okay, now what I'm gonna do.
Says someone showed me to draw it sort of 3D then to foreshorten the back leg.
Yep, for the back leg. Let's see here. Jordan, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
Hello?
If we're talking about that leg thing you're talking about.
Ironikai. Hello Mono. Ironikai. Join the Discord to follow along the special Halloween events and entry for a chance to win free prizes. Ironikai. Artextric challenge prompt list is in Discord so you can draw along for the daily challenge.
Hello?
Mono. Yellow, yellow heart, yellow heart, yellow heart.
It doesn't look right. Why am I looking? What the fuck? Okay, hold on.
Ironikai. Tom need to pull out more if she's leaning no. Ironikai. Poke out asterisk.
Hold on.
Says Artextric is doing Artextric's today theme is a pirate. Draw along.
I don't want to waste any time on this. Hold on. That's poking out.
Ironikai. You I mean cough you.
Hold on.
Says the stomach tends to curve in more to show they're bent, I think.
It's too wide. Okay.
Ironikai. It's like bless you but for coughing LOL.
Thank you for following.
Oh, damn it. I would go with that one, but I can't now. Shit. Damn it. Alright. Let's see where I went wrong.
Ironikai.
Good lord.
I made broccoli cheddar cheese rice with ground beef as like a bowl. It's yummy.
Wait, what? and then the shoulder. I would put Halloween music, but like I keep getting copyrighted up the wazoo every 5 seconds. That's just annoying as hell. Even when they say free copyrighted music.
Thank you, Bobline, for following.
They fucking lie. Shit's annoying.
Says draw Finboy Solid Snake.
Why do people come in here and tell me to draw
You're
something
an
when I just draw it?
What about lo-fi mixed with ambient sounds being louder?
It doesn't work. I've tried that thousands of times, even with the rain playing. This shit is annoying. The thing is too advanced to know what the hell. I'm playing this with fast forward and everything with rains in the background. I'm pretty sure this is
Thank you, Hercules, for following.
I don't know why people think as soon as they suggest, almost instantly, I'm gonna just draw it instantly when they bring it up. I'm like, dude, you pay me. I'm not doing that.
Says Artextric is doing Artextric's Today theme is a pirate. Draw along.
Cheese, 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 cheese.
Says Bian.
Is that the Grim Reaper?
Seteri Nichi Ichai Erin.
Says that one makes me laugh.
Sauce. I wish the icons could be bigger.
I can smash all the pumpkins!
Pumpkin.
Hello? Hello?
Says at beanbag Harbane.
Hello?
Says hi, Bri.
Thank you, Hero, for following.
Thank you.
Says hello.
Hello.
Thank you, Chill, for following.
Okay. What's up?
Hello? 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 Hello?
Okay.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
It doesn't feel right. This just feels too cartoony looking. Don't feel believable. That's why I drew it.
I'm a dinosaur!
Arr. Thanks, Howard. Okay. There. And then put the neck. Okay. What? Erase.
Says he'll be right back.
Okay. Okay, now that's not that. Maybe eyes. Okay. I know the eyes look ridiculous as hell, but just bear with me.
Says Artextric is doing Artextrics today. Theme is a pirate. Draw along.
Okay. Okay, like that. Mm-hmm. Nah, don't do that. It looks really weird. Okay.
Says I get paid tomorrow.
Okay. Cool. Let's go. Let's go. That'd be so cool. If you really do decide to get the V2 model, that'd be really cool. You'll be technically the first person to ever purchase a V2 model from me. And use the, that'd be really cool.
Says Yee, I'm so excited.
Oh, there is something I need to let you know. If you decide to purchase and I do make your,
Says hey, you're on my list for chibi models, sir.
Yay, let's go. But like, once, I gotta let you know something before, once I make your character and stuff, I'll have to have you to sign something because a lot of people are gonna ask the question, where did you get your V2 model? And I think a lot of people do this where, I think most artists do this where when they make a model for a client, they have them sign something because a lot of people like to steal other people's like work or something like that. So it's just letting you know that I got work from this person, and if you want to be commissioned by that person, because what was it they said? I forgot what they said. It was something around the lines of it's like say so okay, let's say for instance you have like a Twitch account. Twitch or TikTok account. TikTok, Twitch, or say Twitter. I think you're supposed to put the name of the artist that does your rig in your bio so people will know. Cause like people are lazy and they don't want to like do research. So as soon as it's like in your bio, whatever, whether you use TikTok, Instagram, whatever, you have to like put it in there because it makes it easy for the artist or the rigger to get seen so they can get enough client work.
Thank you, asterisk, Salmoni asterisk, for following.
I'll have you sign it once everything's done.
Says, okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Says yes, it's a verification of purchase that it's from the artist, and you'll give the artist credit.
Yes, it's that. There was a term for it, but I can't remember the term. It's been such a long time since I used that term. Let's see. Kinda excited now. Let's go! Actually, it makes me want to do more of the VTubing models than just draw all the time. I'd rather do VTubing models. Let me see here. Okay, the body's looking a little bit better. It's not perfect, but it's slowly but progressively.
Says, hey Erin, I sent you a message over Discord.
For those who are coming in or didn't see yesterday's work, because I know I wouldn't say the word struggling, but for those who are wondering, yeah, I finished the Grim Reaper drawing. I did the Grim Reaper one last night. I finished it as I promised. For those who didn't get to see it, that's the Grim Reaper interpretation that I did for the...
Says taking your advice on drawing skin-tight clothing.
Told you. It's easy.
Thank you, Yorick, for following.
Says that looks so pretty.
Yes. So like...
Mono.
Says, quick question. Do you know how to I'm on Twitch on a tablet?
Do you know how to... Wait, what? Do you know how to... I'm on Twitch on a tablet? What do you mean? I don't know what you mean exactly, hon. Wait, what do you mean, how do... I'm not sure what you're asking. I think you should rewrite that real quick.
Says, I just get confused on when it gets to the tension points like joints and elbows, etc.
Says, sorry, I meant stream on Twitch.
Do you know how to stream? Okay, so the question is, do you know how to stream on Twitch on a tablet? On a tablet, I don't know, but I know you can stream now on, I think, mobile devices, which I think a tablet's not out of the question. To do that, I think you have to go to like your Twitch account or your Twitch on...
Says it's your fave artist. Sorry, you have to look up on YouTube.
Yeah, I think real quick what you need to do is just go to your account.
Says that AVUIREQ, all equipment and apps used are linked in his bio. Description.
You have to real quick just go to your account, or not in your account, just go to your... Just get into the app. There should be a button.
Says I think it depends on the tablet. Certain ones stream, other ones won't.
I think yeah, I think you're right, but like if I remember right on the phone, I'm trying to remember it on the phone. If the phone, there's a button just like in YouTube or
Says
TikTok.
Artextric is doing Artextric's Today theme as a pirate.
You click.
Draw along.
You click on the plus button at the bottom, and I think it gives you. I think there's a plus button at the bottom, like literally dead center, and then it asks you if you want to stream IRL or something, and that's pretty much it. I think that's how it goes. If you don't see it, then I suggest just looking up on YouTube or
Says
TikTok.
yeah, it has that, but it keeps saying error.
Oh, then maybe it's not meant for the tablet. It's more meant for the phone. Maybe they didn't implement tablets yet, for whatever reason. I would assume, but if it's
Says
not
plus,
that...
I know some tablets require you to sometimes download an app in order to stream.
Yeah, so you may have to use YouTube. most likely on that one. That's the only
Says
thing I know.
I've never seen a tablet, only desktop or mobile.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would just go on YouTube. There should be a
Says
video.
at Jolly ENC her 3-5 bricks do you WhatsApp.
I think the mobile feature is pretty new on TikTok, on Twitch. I think they just kind of implement that this year. The whole like going live on a phone. I think like more accessible to people just on the app itself. If I remember right, I could be wrong. Please don't quote me. Expect me to know that because like Twitch is weird.
Says, do you know how many followers have to get to go live on YouTube?
No, I don't think there's a particular follow number. I don't think so. But you have to go check on YouTube. I don't think there's a requirement on like TikTok. You need I think you need 1,000 people to stream online.
Says bless you.
You. Okay, now I know our face looks crazy, and I understand, I can see it, but that's just
says bless you.
That's just a
Says okay. Yeah, I just found it. I can go live on YouTube.
Okay.
Says at your fave artist. No limit on YouTube, you just won't get pushed as much if you have no following.
I think you're right. I'm not sure. It's really weird. Like, streaming now is weirder than ever. I don't know, like, I'm the one to speak, but like, streaming has gotten weird. Where everyone's just trying everything and anything to see what sticks. The one place I will always recommend people never to stream is Instagram. That is a terrible place to stream. It is absolutely abysmal to stream there.
Says I like the music.
Instagram, thank you. Hey,
Says
Lainey.
yeah.
It's Lainey. Instagram, people who stream to Instagram are like literal celebrities that has major followings, like beyond anything, like major.
Says Artextric is doing Artextric's Today theme as a pirate.
I don't think the
Says good afternoon.
The streaming is meant for I don't think it's meant for the common average person. I think it's for celebrities, and that's it. Literally for celebrities. And probably OF girls. But that's very... They don't need Instagram, to be honest, to do what they need to do. Hello.
Says either that or for a dedicated fan base who will join and conversate.
I really don't see anyone using it. The only people I know use that thing to like stream is like Nicki Minaj and like I think Chris Brown.
Thank you, King, for following.
There's weird celebrities just on that. And then last time she was on Instagram and she was like showing herself off, she was called Hulk Hogan. Some fan called her Hulk Hogan because the way she had her hair tied up. It went viral. It was funny as hell.
Says some PP I follow on Instagram stream there, but they have a large active fan base.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird.
Says and they let their mutuals and close fans join.
Hello? Hello?
Okay. Okay, I know the face looks insane. I'm gonna fix it. Don't worry. It was just a placeholder for now.
Says, yeah, I asked an artist over Discord if the arms crossing would be considered a negative space.
Says, unfortunately, it does have requirements. Now you have to at least have 50 followers.
Oh, on Instagram? I didn't know they even have a requirement. That's crazy.
Says YouTube.
Oh, YouTube. Okay, 50 subscribers. Okay. And that's easy. All you need to do is just make a few like shorts. That shouldn't take you more than probably 2 weeks, depending on what your niche is. That should take you less than that, actually.
Says dang, YouTube changed it since I last looked at it.
Says hi.
Hello.
Says, do you have any art tips?
Says yeah.
I usually give my art tips to my students. For you to get an art tip, you have to become a student. To become a student, you have to be a TikTok subscriber or a YouTube member. Right now, YouTube members on
Says noted.
On pause because right now I just got monetized just kind of recently, a couple of days ago. Now they need to do verification on my account, which they're doing, which is processing as we speak. So it should be prepared within a few more days. I think like in 48 hours or so. So if you choose to go on YouTube memberships, it won't be there till the 48 hours is over. I'm pretty sure it's 48 to 72.
Thank you, Midori, for following.
So if that's something that interests you, just wait and see.
Says I only got 12 on YouTube. Lol, I guess better than what I thought I had, which was 0.
Oh shit. Just be happy it's just that, because like if it's not like watch time, like I had to deal with watch time. Not to requirement the stream or anything, but just like good thing they didn't put watch time on that. That should be wild. I had to get 4,000 hours of watch time. That took me 6+ months just to get that.
Says still shocking, BC. I don't really post so dang long.
Says any tips if arms crossed over or close to each other.
I got.
Says Artextric is doing Artextric's Today theme as a pirate. Draw along.
I can only teach it after the fact, Ari. After the stream's over. If you still have that question, you can have it hold till I answer it on Discord.
Says at Jolly ENC are 3-5 bricks. There are tips for that in Discord.
Says oop, my bad, sorry.
Says nice drawing.
Thank you. Right now I'm trying to get this face. Thank you. Okay, now like that. Now what we need to do.
Demon Slayer. Is this your own design?
Yes. It is. It is.
Says at Jolly and see her 3-5 bricks. Please check out resources in Discord.
Demon Slayer. Give her a name.
I'm not gonna give her a name till she's not finished. Let's see here. Okay, now we're gonna do. Ooh, okay. Like that. We'll fix the eye.
Says, have you made OC character background sheets?
Have you made OC background sheets? Have I ever did that before? Is that what you're asking?
Not till he's done at Demon Slayer.
Says yes.
Alright, you actually witnessed me doing that as a lesson before. I gave that whole lesson before. It took...
Says that Jolly ANC her 3-5 bricks, he does not do backgrounds.
But I don't do backgrounds, no. If you're saying character sheets, I've done that in front of you. I did a full lesson. I remember teaching you guys about the dagger girl, the gypsy, or the traveling nomad, because they say gypsy is offensive now. I don't know how the fuck.
Says that's what I meant. My brain's half working today.
So yes, I have done that before. I did.
Says lol.
I even did Bean's character before, and I did her whole thing from front and back, the chibi head and everything. Actually, quite frank, you was there asking a lot of questions on what I was doing. I was ensuring the color palettes.
Says I was finally able to redraw and update a couple of my old OCs.
Okay. OCs. Okay, I feel like the eyes are a little... Okay, now I'm gonna grab this part.
Says I love drawing them, but then I realize I have drawn maybe close to 40.
40, huh? There used to be a show back in the day on Disney Channel. It was kind of like Mad TV, but for kids on Disney Channel. It was like random skits and crap. Does anyone remember that show at all while I'm describing?
Says original content is great, especially if you use them and showcase them.
Yeah. Let's see. Does anyone remember what I'm talking about?
Says no, BC, there were a lot like that teach lol.
Well, I forgot what it was called on Disney Channel back in the day, but it was a show about kids. Well, not even kids. It's not even technically a show. It's just literally like a bunch of like, I guess Disney representatives / celebs at the time. I think this was the era where Demi Lovato was still doing Sunny with a Chance or some shit, and then it was a show where kids was just like, I wouldn't say they were doing pranks. It was doing like SNL type skits in Disney Channel, and there was a particular skit where this dude was pretending to be an Irishman, and he had an Irish accent, and he kept on saying the word 40, and every time he says 40, he's saying farty. Every time he says it, suddenly he's saying fart. I don't know if anyone remembers that at all. Does this ring any bells to anyone? That was the particular skit, and all the kids kept on saying the word 40. Because every time he said it, it sounded like he was saying fart. I never really found that show ever funny at all, when I think about it. didn't even find it quite entertaining to watch to pass by time. It was just like, why would anyone watch this? It's not even like funny. It's like super kid safe funny. And not in a clever way. It was just not funny. Like, who the fuck is watching this? Like that money was that Silicon Valley money was just really being shot up for anyone.
Says nope, I don't remember. When Demi had her show and the Hannah Montana era ended, I didn't really watch.
Yeah. I didn't really get the phenomenon of the whole Miley Cyrus thing.
Says a lot of the show's kinds were boring after that.
Yeah. I never really understood what was the appeal of like Hannah Montana, honestly. Like I didn't get it. Like, what was the appeal? Even growing up as a kid, I was like, what is the point? Even as like a dude, like I didn't understand for females at the time when it was targeted just towards females. What was it that was so fun about watching this show? This face looks...
Says it was the fact that you get to live out your dream as a celebrity, but you get the secret normal life.
So technically, instead of being a superhero, you're just a celebrity.
Says I mostly watched Cartoon Network.
Yeah. I think Cartoon Network. I was more of a Cartoon Network kid than Nickelodeon and Disney. I had them all three, but like, if I had to before a network out of the three of those things, it was just Cartoon Network, I think. Honestly, I think Cartoon Network was just king when it came to like more actiony shows, more serious type mature shows. And yes, I'm talking about the anime.
Says my sorry posted vids on YouTube. Never posed on there before.
Oh, I'm sorry, I posted it. I never posted. But you have or haven't? I'm confused. Oh, this...
Says haven't.
Oh, haven't, okay. Okay, first, her eyes look too spaced. She looks wildly straight. So what I'm gonna do is pour her more of the face. Nope. What about here?
Says plus you get to see her balance a normal life and celebrity lifestyle.
Is that things that girls like always wish to happen? Like, you just that was a thing for girls? Like, want to be a celebrity 1 minute and then not at the next? Is that a thing? Like, I don't know. You guys gotta educate me.
So you get a celebrity that's down to earth.
Huh. That's how it felt?
Says I don't want to be a celebrity.
Huh. I wouldn't want to be a celebrity either.
Thank you, Vortex Bat, for following.
I would not want to.
Says same here.
I wouldn't want to.
Says it's wanting to be famous without using the ability to have good friends you can trust.
I guess you're not wrong, but...
Thank you, Summer and Dom Guy, for following. Says I just want people to see my art.
Don't worry, people will see it. Okay. Now, what should I do here? Actually... I just thought of something better to do. Okay. Okay, so let me see. I just got a good idea. This may not work, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay. And then go here. Delete that just.
Says money changes people and fame moved you around a lot.
Money and fame.
Says what's your inspiration?
I guess it was my father, because he was the one who drew a lot, and I kind of thought it was pretty cool. Just growing up. I was growing up as a kid, I would say. Drew a lot. And he drew me stuff over the years. I didn't really think of drawing as a thing, but like it became a thing.
Says I really wasn't like a Hannah Montana fan. I was more of a Lily fan, which was her bestie.
Okay. I keep forgetting that Emily Joel Osment is related to the to the boy from Who Sees Dead People.
Says Artextric saying low key.
Says, what are you using to draw?
A crayon.
Says at Resell, Fulle, Artextric is doing Artextric's today theme is pirate. Draw along.
Says at Resell, Fulle, all equipment and apps used are linked in his bio description.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably saving me a lot of headache a little bit later.
Says at Brightroclose Lily was the true star.
You know, when I hear that, I just kind of think of Victorious at that point. Like, I think they made them...
Thank you, Rieselfuller, for following.
Ultimately, I think they made a big mistake when they made Victorious the main character. Ultimately, the show was about... well, should have been about Kat. But that's just my opinion. She sang better than the majority of the whole cast. Like, literally better than the title character.
Says I couldn't get behind that show. I watched it here and there, but I was too girly for me law.
I don't know, Girly. I don't think Girly was the.
Says Ema, be honest, I haven't watched Victorious.
I wouldn't say girly would be the right word. It was too quirky. It was like no, not too quirky. It was very quirky because like, if Dan Schneider had a particular he had a particular.
Says some of the songs were pretty good.
Like he had a particular comedy writing style.
Says yeah, I think that's it.
It was like all of them were pretty much the same. Like what do you call it? iCarly and fucking Sam and Cat and Victorious and all these shows was pretty similar.
Says I loved Wizards of Waverly Place.
Yeah, that was alright. I didn't really give it much of a watch, to be honest. I just kind of watched it in passing when I was bored. There was a lot of shows I watched in passing, and I was just fucking bored.
Says I couldn't get myself to watch any of those.
There's like a lot of shows I just kind of couldn't, get past. Let's see here. Okay.
Says they aren't really my type of what I watch.
I understand.
Says Jesse to me was like a female version of the sweet life of Zach and Cody.
Jesse? Oh. Yeah, they all, like, for some weird reason, it felt like 3 different people in each network had their own particular writing style, and because of that particular writing style, it just overtook everything. So, like, if you watch, like, Zach and Cody on Disney Channel, or Toon Disney, or Disney XD, if you watch, Zach and Cody, Dog with a Blog, all these shows, they all had similar tones. If you watch...
Says that Renichi, I only watch for Debbie Engel.
If you watched anything like iCarly on Nickelodeon, you watched Victorious. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they all were extremely similar.
Says yay, because they did so go for so long, but the second round lost.
I think where it really started going downhill is when, I think there's this one show that I saw, and after, like, Victorious was wrapping up, or whatever the case may be.
Says it Brightroclosier, as a huge demi until she went to Lulu.
And then, what was it? It was, what was it? It was when Victorious was coming to an end, or close, or what the hell. There was a show called Game Changers. My god. When you want to gaslight people so hard. So apparently, it was a show, and I think I mentioned this before. It was a show about kids who made their first video game, and because they made their first video game, it became really popular. I think this was around the time of the Fortnite craze. When Fortnite literally just became a thing.
Says some of the crossovers were weird.
Oh my god, you had no...
Says I watched Camp Rock for her and became a Jonas fan.
The only crossover within those shows that was actually in Nickelodeon's history that was actually worth a damn watching was the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour. That was it. After that, anything with a crossover was trash.
Says Disney crossovers were crazy, but I liked seeing them interact.
Some of them was really trash. The only ones that was a good one was the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour. I remember that as a kid, way back when. It blew a lot of kids' mind at the time. Looking back, it was ridiculous as fuck now.
Says cartoon or real TV shows, but it all started with cartoons.
Yeah. And then they did that one crossover with The Sweet Life. The Sweet Life with Raven.
Says plus it was fun seeing them draw the characters in that show style law.
It was like, what was it? It was, Raven and Sweet Life and, I think Hannah Montana. The Sweet Life of X, Y, and Z. They just put a bunch of characters and terms and just slapped them in there. I think the weirdest one was like Lilo and Stitch and Kim Possible. That was fucking weird. I don't know why they did that. That was not needed.
Says Irene Corey's house with Hannah Montana.
Thanks, gamer. I appreciate it. I remember Corey's house with Hannah. Oh yeah, they did put Corey. I have never actually watched that show. I only know it for the memes, but that's it. I never actually sat and watched Corey in the house. I really didn't understand the premise of that show. He just went to the White... Well, that's back then. I guess back then, living or even being around the president was, like, cool. Now it's, like, literally the worst thing to ever
Says that one kind of made sense. I liked it because it was like cringe dumb funny lol.
Cringe but funny. Oh god. I don't know, that show, like, there's a lot of shows now that didn't really make a lot of sense. Like, okay, so like there was a particular show. I still don't know what was the point of this show. And those of you who know what I'm talking about. It's like something Kings. I forgot what it was. It was a black guy and the dude from Phineas and Ferb. The voice of Phineas and Ferb, I forgot his name. They're brothers, kind of, sort of, not really, I guess.
Says Corey was always in trouble and he turned it around a bit in his own show, like he finally popped of.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. That shit was weird.
Says us here in Freeport like your style.
Thank you. Thank you, people in Freeport. Hello. I appreciate it. Okay, so...
Says never saw him in anything after that.
Yeah, see, Kyle Massey, I think... The last thing that Kyle Massey did after the Corey in the House show was he did fish hooks. That was the last and final thing you ever heard anything from Kyle Massey.
Says aside from the Disney games and music.
It was fish hooks. That was the final thing you heard from him.
Says, I like how the whole city likes you art style.
Thank you. Oh, oh. Thank you. It was like, yeah, I think the last thing he did was fish hooks.
Thank you, Yo Fave Artist, for sending 1x Tiny Dining.
Then he made like one rap song. I think.
Says Illinois loves your art content.
Thank you, Yo Fave Artist, for sending 1x Finger Heart.
Let's go. Then I think Kyle Massey did like one rap song.
Says Texas misses you all.
Says Teach, will you give her a hook hand?
Most maybe. We'll see. I'm trying to figure out this pose because like it works, but it's not. It's working, but it's not working. So I'm trying to clean it as best as I can and see what's wrong with it. I don't think nothing's technically wrong with it.
Says Captain Hook as an Annam girl.
Not trying to make it look like any particular character. I'm trying to make it my own. That's why I'm trying to take my time doing this. Okay. Okay, so let me see the songs they've wrapped me up to. Actually, I'm not being paid. No. Don't do it. I'm gonna fall for it, and I'm
Says at Rinichi, my mindset is still that they ride horses in Texas. Says I have a pirate audio teach.
You have a pirate audio? What is that supposed to mean?
Says I also have one, can I send it to you?
We could put it in
Says that Mona / they do all but the skirts of the city or in the city for Christmas.
Thank you, Yo Fave Artist, for sending 1x
Says
Heartbeat.
horses are my entire life.
You can put it into the Discord thing. Okay, let me see.
Says okay.
Says where?
Ariel tell you.
Thank you, Yo Fave Artist.
Says that Mono /
sending 4x
people like
Heart
horse rides for holidays.
Says Harry, can I just send it to you?
Let's see here. Is that good? Okay.
Says I have pirate songs VCI was wanting to draw pirate hawks, but you can have it if you want.
Pirate Hawks. Pirate Hawks. Yeah, that wouldn't be too far from his outfit, to be honest, when I think of it. Okay. A bit of a sound.
Says I kinda find it sad when people haul their horses on garages for hours for people enjoyment.
That does kinda suck.
Says Aaron, I sent you it on Discord.
Fuck, okay.
Says I used to want to buy Never Did BC. It was expensive then. I found out what happened to the horses.
Says why is that message sounds so aggressive.
Says if they don't work and it made me sad.
Says at Mono. Got it, thank you.
Says that Rimichi is a catchy song.
Oh my god, what? Why won't this cough go away? Why won't it just go away? I don't understand this.
Says exactly I got into the equestrian world a little bit over a year ago and some of the things I didn't.
Says so a lot of people did a partition for the horses in Texas that won so the police are protected.
Says notice I see it all bow.
Says now.
Pirate. Okay. Okay, see. Wow, I am so far on my league.
Says ponies are loved in Texas and they get all filled up for flower parades and Christmas parade.
Wait, the fuck? What the fuck?
Says dolled up asterisk not filled law.
There we go, that was the problem. It was a little while.
Says my horses live like royalty now.
Okay. Make this look good.
Thank you, Jiminy Dollar, for following.
Son of a bitch. Okay. Son of a bitch. Oh god, I put everything on the same fucking. Great. first thing. Get rid of this. Get rid of this stupid mouth. It'll go wild. Okay.
It says if you ask me, horses were meant to be working animals, so people will try to give them hard work.
Says we got cows in Texas. To law there used to be a couple who had a goat farm.
Says horses were always meant for hard labor.
Yeah. Same as oxes and bulls.
Says they are working animals, but there's a line, and people often draw that line.
Says at Mona/yes, but PP all started to do mean things if they didn't or couldn't work. Says so I don't think they get that tired if they are on their feet all day.
Nope.
Says so in Texas we passed a partition that works them wrong, or if it's too hot BC. We get hot in Texas.
That's not a good idea.
Says horses are a lot of times stubborn, so you have to push them sometimes.
Says them.
Okay.
Says if they're worked wrong, they can't keep the horses in if it's too hot. They're not allowed to be out.
Artexrtic. TikTok is paused.
Oh. Sorry about that. Wasn't even paying attention.
Says at Rinichi, I agree with this.
No.
Hello? Hello?
That's what I hate about doing this, is wrapping shit around this carriage.
Says up and down hills in over 100-degree weather, no outside for anyone.
Says horses' bodies can't regulate on its own, that's why after being worked in, 'tis crucial to rinse you.
Says horse for around 10 to 15 minutes at minimum.
Says exactly.
How did this conversation come up? I'm not even mad at the fact you guys are talking about this, or even annoyed. It's just that I'm just realizing, how did this conversation come up? I'm just curious how this happened. Because I was not paying attention majority of the time. I was just trying to get this bitch to work, but Jesus. That's crazy. I was like, what the... Like, I don't even mind you guys talking about the horse thing, because like it's kind of mundane. Like,
Says because Mono said he thinks PPL ride horses in Texas low.
Says that it was something about working horses, like carriage horses being mistreated.
Says and it turned into that.
Oh. Okay.
Says wait, it didn't say my message.
Says no, I mean something different.
Says ye TikTok censored it probably.
Oh god, I can't do this.
Says I ride in as and it gets so hot even if I walk my horse a little I rinse him.
Oh man, I don't... I can't do it. Oh god.
Mono.
Says something I can't do even gas heat humid heat is
I said that my mindset is still on that Texas looks like something from old cowboy movies with those circle bushes rolling around.
Circle bushes. Okay. Alright. Before I go absolutely insane, I would love for you guys to come over here on YouTube.
Says something you see in Hollywood.
We're gonna do some reactions on Halloween stuff. Halloween related themed stuff. So come over here on YouTube horizontal, not YouTube shorts. We're gonna watch and or listen to some Halloween stuff. Gotcha, bitch. Anyway. Hey, you made it out? Oh my god, how did you survive? Okay.
Says it never seen a tumble bush until I went outside of Texas.
So come over here. Come over here. So we're gonna do our reactions for the Halloween stuff.
Says you got a fighter.
Yeah, a fighter. Okay. So if you're gonna want to watch it, it's gonna look like this. So you see that black thing over my head? That's where the video is gonna be. So you guys can watch it on YouTube Shorts. Great stuff. I mean YouTube Shorts, YouTube in general. Oh man.
Says Yeesh, that cold is whooping you.
Yes, it is. Oh. hate sickness. Alright. Alright, guys. No more of that annoying ass music. Not saying it was annoying. It was just annoying with the same 5 songs I was playing for the next 8 hours. I'm not doing that. That's the type of shit you use to play against terrorists, or at least your enemies, if you don't like them and stuff. Anyway. So, let's get to it. So, we're going to start with this video. Where's my pen? Gotcha. Alright. We're gonna start with this video, and it's called The Ultimate Disturbing and Vile Anime Fan Iceberg. So I guess this is just very disturbing things anime's fans have done in the past. This still falls under the idea of Halloween. So
funny how I listened to the whole 10 hours of non-stop Nyan Cat when I was little.
That's crazy. To YouTube, I guess. Yes, go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. Alright, so this is called The Ultimate Disturbing and Vile Anime X Iceberg. Don't know why you put iceberg at the end. It sounds weird. This is from Yap Master. That's his name. Yap Master. And he has a picture of, I think, Aang from Avatar. And he has 6.4 thousand subscribers. This video has 700,000 views in the last 4 weeks. So yeah, wow, you like that? Like the Gojo figure incident. Gojo figure incident? What the hell does that mean? Boom, I'm on YouTube now. No, you're on Rusty. You're on YouTube Shorts. You need to go on YouTube
got him
horizontal.
Good for bragging. He hasn't been sick for 30 years. LOL.
Yeah, I guess so. Has died now. Alright, so let's play it. Let's see what this is about. This will be interesting nonetheless. And I would like to see what you guys say. This is 30 minutes long, so just prepare yourselves. So yeah. I'm going to wait, where's the BG? BG. Where's the BG? Oh wait, hold on. It's fucking. Where's the BG? Oh, there it is. There we go. I feel like this is a little too. I gotta make that a little bit easier for you guys to watch this.
Wall Street. What about now?
Yep, you're here. I'm gonna make it easier so you guys can. There we go. Good. Oh, that fit just perfect. Nice. All right, let's go.
Refer to people who are overly obsessed with
anime.
Otakus typically refer to people who are overly obsessed with anime, manga, and just Japanese culture in general. Most of them live out their otaku lifestyle by going to conventions and buying body pillows, which doesn't hurt anybody, except if you happen to smell them. But some otakus have become a little too obsessed to the point that they commit vile acts. And trust me, it gets crazy.
Our young generation is clearly lost.
Just imagine for once that you're a pretty smart student who has so far lived a pretty ordinary life. One day in class, you just happen to find a book that just falls out of the sky. When you go to pick it up, you realize that it isn't Harry Potter, which you could have sold on Craigslist, but something else. A book that is able to the person whose name is written in it. Now imagine you're also a hidden genius psychopath who decides to use this book to cleanse the world of all criminals. And because of all these sudden deaths of bad people, you also build a small fan of people who like what you're doing and call you Kira. That is the plot of Death Note, the second most popular anime ever. Light Yagami, aka Kira, plays the psychopathic dude on his murder spree.
When you shop with the Shipped app, vacation happens, rain or shine. Shipped, delight.
Guys, tell me if it's too low. If that's a
Where's Optimus Prime? The filthy red and blue bot?
While trying not to get caught. Now there are tons of people obsessed with this anime and Light Yaga. For some reason, people just really like the whole psychopath, genius type of character. At around 6 PM on September 28, 2007, 2 hikers find a human body and 2 legs in a park in Belgium. There's nothing else on their body. No personal items or anything that would identify him or the killers. But 2 notes were found nearby with the message saying "Watashi wa Kira desu," which roughly translates to "I am Kira." Shit's crazy. A real dead person next to a Death Note reference. That was not the only mention of anime or Japan though. Once the police arrived, they also discovered a trail left by the killers in the form of a 160-foot line of rice that led to a symbol that is supposed to be something in Japanese. Not sure what it's supposed to mean though, I can't lie. Now the police had no proper leads at all. The detectives concluded that the body was either a few days old when found or had been stored in some sort of freezer. The thighs and his sack were cut with almost surgical precision. And
oh my god!
The only thing that they could identify was the fact that it was a Caucasian guy between 20 and 30 years old.
Oh
there was
god!
No missing person matching that description. And the only witness was some jogger who said that she saw some blonde man lying down in the area while the body was discovered. This broke the media, and so there were a lot of speculation.
Okay, you can't do that. You can't. Okay, I know you're trying to bring some lightheartedness, but damn it, you can't bring funny stuff like that and then expect me to take the shit seriously. Come on, that's not fair.
Around, such as it being a prank by medical students because of the surgical precision, and the date of the discovery matched the beginning of the school year. The University of Brussels argued though that it would be almost impossible for a whole body to just disappear without anybody noticing, so that wasn't a good lead. Imagine you just walk in there, take a body, and nobody would notice. It would seem like a very safe university. Other
rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing.
The so-called Butcher of Mons, where 5 women were found in garbage bags without the killer ever being identified. It got really crazy. Like, listen to this. The location of the victim was very close to the highest point of Brussels. Possibly a symbolic location since Kira acts as a god of death in the manga. That was out of the actual wiki of the case. Might as well just say that Kira got reincarnated into this world. On November 24th, the police announced that they reached a dead end on the 2-month-old case. And the media was low-key geeked. A murder that nobody could solve, referring to Death Note. And they just wouldn't find any conclusion to the case. Until 3 entire years later, around September of 2010, the police managed to arrest 4 suspects linked to this case.
At least the audio didn't spook you with something silly again, lol.
And 1 person for failing to provide assistance to a person in danger. It turns out that the deceased person actually lived with multiple of the at the time of the disappearance. An argument broke out between them and the victim refused to leave the apartment when asked, and so it turned physical. They supposedly beat the person until he passed and tried to dissolve the body in the drain cleaner. Some vile stuff. When they came back some days later, according to one of the killers, it stank and was bluish, so they cut the body into pieces. They tried to burn it, but eventually decided to scatter the remainings in the park. In June 2013, 2 of the 4 suspects were convicted and received sentences of 20 years. A 3rd suspect was convicted to 20.
Wait, if you beat him up because he wouldn't leave the apartment or where the hell, why didn't you just beat him up and throw him right out the door? Why did you bother to, like, do all that? What? It's just, what? That doesn't make no sense. You have a problem with someone. Your roommate, your brother, your sister, your girl, your boy, I don't know, your parents, and then you tell them to leave your place, which is technically their place too, but there's more of the people want you gone than you want to leave, and then they beat you up, and they decide to, like, put you in sulfuric acid? Something's not added up on that. That doesn't make no sense. Like, you just want him gone. Why would you kill him?
Some people aren't meant for the job of psychopathy.
It just doesn't make a lot of sense, though. Like it's like, okay, we have a problem, just leave. Why didn't you just call the cops? Like, that's the part I don't understand. Why didn't you call the cops? I don't understand that. That shit makes no sense. Just call the cops. Makes no sense. And then what's worse is, like, this is the thing I don't understand when people take out people and then hide their bodies. People are gonna look for them. They're gonna start asking questions. You're gonna be like the last person they talk to them. They're gonna look at your phone records, your videos, everything around you, around that person. They're gonna look. Especially if you're their roommate.
Teach that snitching, lol.
To hell with that. I'm snitching then. I'm snitching hard then.
23 years since she went on the run after appearing in court for only 1 day. You've gotta be crazy if you're trying to run from this case. Now the real question is actually, why were there multiple notes saying I am Kira? Well, it turns out they were just really big fans of the manga and anime. and so they decided to leave them there. And they didn't even spell the sentence correctly. They wrote Watashi wa kira desu, but it's supposed to be Watashi wa kira desu. I'm no Japanese bro though, so I'm just repeating what my sources say.
Our young generation is clearly lost.
2015, Japan. Maya Tomita is 20 years old, studying business and pursuing her passion in the entertainment industry. She made a small name for herself by appearing in the TV drama Secret Girls, which was basically a show about these girls living a secret double life as a Japanese idol group. Kind of like Batman, but with more singing.
I mean, Hannah Montana. What the f... Okay, there it is. I couldn't find it. Okay. So again, them tips.
Ask your doctor about Nubeca. This year, American wheat farmers will harvest 2.8 billion bushels of wheat. And we're proud that our harvesters rolling off the line in East Moline, Illinois, will play a part. Nothing runs like a deer.
Oh.
Unless fighting crime, I think. But after doing a few side gigs here and there, she decided to become an independent artist and musician. In order to gain popularity, since she was still pretty underground, she traveled to different restaurants and venues to play her songs. During these shows, she slowly builds up her following and meets a ton of new people, including Tomohiro Iwasaki. He's around 26 when he first discovers her. He is essentially the polar opposite of Tomita. Her professors describe Tomita as having this very bubbly personality and being very kind and outgoing in general. Iwasaki, on the other hand, has basically isolated himself for the past years. He barely has any friends or social interactions in general. He's like the role model of 4chan users. His brother described him as unskilled in expressing his emotions, but also a gentle and childlike soul. From the first time he saw her, Iwasaki really liked Tomita, and she wouldn't be the first person he would later become absolutely obsessed with. The thing is, Iwasaki had a history of stalking idols and documenting their every move on his blog, where he would share all his thoughts and feelings. And he was a very passionate individual. It would escalate to a point where multiple police reports would be filed against him for following idols in real life and sending them threats. But the worst
why though?
To come. Like with all the other
why? But why? I don't understand. Why? Why is it that you have to obsess with someone, stalk them, and then it has to ultimately be violent? Why? I don't understand that nonsense.
Idols, Iwasaki quickly became
if you like them from a distance, that's one thing, but why does it have to end up being violent?
With Tomita. He would start off as a passionate fan of her and her work, giving her chocolates and little gifts after her performances, which could still be seen as quite normal. I mean, fans give stuff to their idols or role models all the time, but as time went on, he became more and more obsessed. In 2016, after giving her various gifts ranging from flowers to weird-ass books, he built up this fantasy that they're gonna become a thing somehow. I mean, he gave her so many cool things, right? So Iwasaki would decide to propose to her in the restaurant she would perform at that night, with his biggest gift yet, a very expensive gold watch.
I'm going to sleep now.
So far, Tomita has
Alright, Mono. For those who are coming in here and learning anything new, we're doing a reaction, a Halloween.
Bye everyone, have a great day.
We're doing a Halloween reaction, so if you guys want to hear what's going on, come over here on YouTube or TikTok. YouTube or Twitch, and you can watch and hear what we're listening to. You can't hear it on TikTok or YouTube. TikTok because of obvious reasons. So come over here if you're interested in hearing horror stuff and I like great stuff. So yeah.
Quite nice to him, accepting his gifts and all that, but she obviously couldn't marry this guy. They never even talked outside of her performance, so she rejected him. But she gave him his Twitter, so he could check out what she was doing more often, and somehow that seemed to satisfy Iwasaki. Although he was like very isolated from everyone essentially, and seemed like the perfect guy to run a Discord server, he actually only used Ameba. I don't know how to pronounce it, to be honest. A Japanese social networking and blogging platform. So getting access to her Twitter seemed like something very intimate to him, although it definitely wasn't. And so he followed Tomita and a friend of hers, who also performed that night he proposed. Right away, this guy started tweeting like crazy. I'm talking dozens of tweets in a day. Also his idol and her friend. By now, Tomita was more than creeped out and knew that if she actually responded to him, she would only feed more into Iwasaki's fantasies. So she just straight up ignored him. Her friend though initially replied to Iwasaki, since she probably didn't know that he literally attended almost every single one of Tomita's concerts and was just a creep in general. But even she stopped talking to him after a while, and being ignored for all that time kind of flipped a switch in him, which made his love for Mayu Tomita turned into hatred. He proceeded to spam her Twitter with over 400 messages telling her that she's looking down on him, that she's ungrateful, and he even threatened her life. In order to bring an end to all this, she decided to return the expensive watch he gave her and blocked him on Twitter at the end of April. That would be 12 days before the attack. On the 9th of May 2016, Tomita decided to file a police report against him since she did not feel safe at all. The police didn't really do anything though, since it did not fall under Japan's stalking laws back in the day, and they didn't think that harassment on social media was a serious enough threat. Police really was on demon timing. At this point, Iwasaki has gone.
Bro. I can't take his videos seriously. Like, he said the police was on demon timing and then showing Orochimaru's face. I'm like, bro. Come on, man. I'm trying to take this seriously as I'm listening, but I can't.
Absolutely mental. Because Tomita blocked him, he spam messaged her friends on Twitter, demanding all of the gifts back now. The chocolate, the weird books, the flowers. He wanted all of that back. Brody.
Wait, how am I supposed to give back chocolate? If I ate it? How am I supposed to give that back? Well, am I supposed to buy you a whole new chocolate? How am I supposed to give that back? That's crazy.
How do you expect chocolate to be returned?
I just said it! What? How are you expecting chocolate to be returned? That doesn't make any sense, dude.
Expect from a guy like him. Even though this was a very stressful time for Tomita and all her loved ones, she had to keep it pushing. She was trying to make it as a singer after all. So on May 21st, she was set to perform at an event called Solid.
No matter what type of severe asthma you have, Tespire can
Bro, that doesn't make any sense. How? Bro, you said it. How am I supposed to return chocolate? That's crazy.
Night, Volume 11. She publicly announced that she would be there, so she was obviously kinda scared that Iwasaki might pull up, and her worst nightmare became a reality. Before she could even enter the venue, Iwasaki confronted Tomita and asked her why she returned all of the gifts. Tomita was obviously frightened as a and gave a vague answer before trying to run away. When she turned around, Iwasaki stabbed her from behind in the chest and neck area 61 times.
61?
With a 3.1-inch knife. He allegedly screamed, "You should die," while doing that. Eyewitnesses immediately called the police after hearing Tomita scream for help and arrested Iwasaki. You can see in the pictures, this guy doesn't seem to feel any type of remorse or shock at all. This is a genuine psychopath, bro. Tomita was in critical condition, but God knows how, Iwasaki didn't manage to damage any vital organs, so she managed to survive and regain consciousness on June 7th.
Okay, I'm not saying that she should have, like, jumped the creek on that one, but, like, 61 times and not a vital organ? That's crazy. Huh.
2016, she lived. Unfortunately though, her dream of becoming a popular singer has been destroyed, since she had problems even talking or using her hands. She also suffered from PTSD, so imagine going on stage with that. The police later on issued an apology for not doing anything when she was literally begging for help, saying that they didn't know that the harassment was happening outside of social media as well. Iwasaki only received 14 years, but it actually led to Japan changing their anti-stalking laws to include online harassment on social media as well, so there was at least something positive coming out of this. Now this was an insane case of obsession, but this next case had even more casualties.
Our young generation is clearly lost.
Kyoto Animations is one of the greatest animation studios in Japan. It was the main publisher of a ton of insane animes, including K-On!, A Silent Voice, Free, and a bunch more. The company has multiple locations throughout Japan, but this story is about Studio One, the building actually dedicated to the animation side of things. It's 2018 and Kyoto Animation suddenly experiences an influx of hate messages. It starts off as threats and slander, but as time goes on, the messages develop into threats, even mentioning specific staff that are working for Kyoto Animation. This whole thing escalates to the point that in October of 2018, the company went to the police to investigate. The Kyoto police tried to find out who was behind these, at this point, hundreds of death threats, but couldn't pinpoint any person, as the creator used Tor to hide their information, kinda like the dark web type of alley. And so the police just kinda gave up. I mean, they're just empty threats after all, right? This would be the potential foreshadowing to one of the most tragic things happening in the anime industry ever. Shinji Aoba, 41 at the time, was staying at an internet cafe on July 16. According to eyewitnesses, he was seen walking around the area close to the animation studio, kinda just cooking up his plan, I guess. 2 days later, on the morning of July the 18th, Aoba walks into the studio, carrying 11 gallons of gasoline.
11?
Soaks the entire area, including several employees, before igniting it. He sets multiple employees on including him during the process.
Himself?
Right away, the fire results in an explosion at around 10:31 AM due to the gasoline mixing with the air or something. I'm not a chemist. And Aoba supposedly screams "die" repeatedly as he carries out his act. The fire grows by the entrance, as Aoba just walked in there, and it traps the entire staff inside the building. Some workers try to escape through the second and third floors, but the explosion caused the floors to be filled with smoke within 30 seconds, making escape almost impossible. 5 hours later and the fire is under control, but it's only extinguished the next day at 6 AM. The building had no fire sprinklers or anything due to it being classified as a small office building, which is crazy to think about. Now, before I talk about the aftermath of all this, which is absolutely insane, why did Shinji Aoba do all this? Did he not like the anime they produced? Was he just batshit crazy? Well, as I already said, he lit himself on too during the process, so he had to be rushed to the hospital with severe burns. While being transported there, he admitted to having started the fire, and he actually admitted doing it because of plagiarism. You heard me right?
Are you kidding me?
Because of plagiarism.
Are you kidding me?
Stealing ideas from his novel. Aoba had submitted a draft novel to the studio, but it didn't even pass the first stage of assessment.
Hi there.
Hey Jay, what's going on, bro? Are you kidding me? He put the whole place on fire because he thinks because of copyright? Don't he know there's a weird... Japan is a very weird thing when it comes to copyright. It's almost non-existent. You think anyone cares about your plagiarism?
It was forgotten, but he was still convinced that they stole stuff from his work. Now let me just read out the scenes that were supposedly stolen. His main accusation was that in the anime Tsurune, there's a character in episode 5 who buys meat at a 20% discount. And his novel also happens to have a scene where the hero buys something at a 50% discount. That's it.
That's
There's
it?
also some other scenes that were supposedly stolen. So in the anime Free, right? There's a scene where a school banner reads "Swimming Club advanced to regional tournament." Aoba's novel apparently included a few scenes where banners appear too. This guy's not serious.
Dude, you are not serious! No! No! You destroyed people over 2 scenes? 2 irrelevant, not even that different scenes? That's literally writing someone walking down the street with a dog, and then my anime novel has my character walking down the street with their turtle.
Ryaga Samurai. LMAO.
Are you kidding me? And because I just happened to write my character writing with a animal on a street, a mundane street, it's not like a supernatural street. Nothing makes the whole scene any different from each other, just a normal situation.
Bro, be like your characters breathed air and my characters breathed air too.
And then he just destroyed so he killed a bunch of people at the anime studio just because of those 2 reasons? Oh my god. This proves how unhinged humans truly can be without oh my god. Woo!
And the last one is where a character in K-On! Says to a junior, "I repeated a grade." And in Aoba's story, there's a scene where a high school boy is told by his teacher, "If you continue like this, you'll repeat the grade." Those were all the scenes that were apparently plagiarized.
I don't want to laugh! Like,
the exact same concepts.
The part is, I'm not trying to make this funny. This is not a funny thing to laugh at. But given the context of the situation, I honestly don't even want that to be the reason. I wanted to be like, oh, because, I don't know, some manager, I don't know, took his innocence at the studio, and, you know, if he said anything, he won't be able to work in the anime industry ever again or something, and all the people knew. Or something like that. So in a weird way, they feel all responsible for what happened. No, none of these people even knew who this man was. I'm pretty sure they didn't know who his whole existence was. That's crazy!
In terms of
Bro lives in Japan. Don't he know that, like, copyright laws is almost non-existent in Japan? You can literally take someone's IP and run with it. Do you know how many boys love haiku novels are out there? That has nothing to do with the actual haiku show or even its affiliation. What the hell? That's crazy. That is super crazy. I can't. That's stupid, man.
story or have very similar characters. They happen to have similar scenes, but they were completely different animes. The amount of times an anime punches a guy in the face, animation studios would be accused of plagiarism all the time. So let's talk about the disaster
oh my god, he's right. Like, think of every ecchi anime with a girl punching a guy because she assumed something that he did not even apply at the time, but she did it anyway because, you know, guys are terrible, I guess, which most of them are actually not, but it is what it is. My god. What a what a reason.
70 people were inside the studio at the time of the fire. 36 employees, most of them almost instantly because of the severe burns, and some of them because of the carbon monoxide a couple days later. Among some of the deceased were Naomi Ishida, a color designer who has worked for the company since 1992. She was the first victim who was identified as. Also, Yasuhiro Takemoto, who was an animator, scriptwriter, and director in the fire. He's worked at Kyoto Animation for almost his entire career. And Yoshiji Kigami, a giant in the industry, a veteran who has worked on films like Akira and Studio Ghibli's Grave of the Fireflies. The world of anime and Japan lost so many important people that day because of this man. This event was one of the deadliest massacres in Japan since the end of World War II. Now, Aoba was transferred to a university hospital, and he received all the necessary surgery to survive. After 4 months of recovery, he was able to talk and wasn't in critical condition anymore. He got artificial skin and the whole package.
Wow.
After recovering, he said that he regretted his actions and was thankful for the staff, who treated him better than anyone has ever before. Could have thought about that before doing that, big bro. On December 16th, he was charged with attempted and a bunch of other things. And it turns out the novel might have just set off this behavior, but wasn't actually the cause of it, since Aoba had a prior criminal history and suffered from mental illness. In 2012, for example, he robbed a convenience store with a knife and was jailed for 3.5 years. And he did that just because, I guess. This whole court thing takes quite a while, but in January of 2024, he was finally sentenced, and he received the death penalty, which he accepted. Pretty crazy if you think about it. They saved his life and proceeded to do surgery on him for months just to give him the death sentence. After the attack, some of them...
Bro! So he took lives, got burnt in the process on purpose to destroy himself, somehow managed to survive it. The doctors took months to save his life. He thanked them for saving his life, and he said he regret what he did, just to be told that he's gonna be put on the D penalty.
LMAO, very redundant. JR.
Oh my god.
I hate that the video has to censor words like killed or murder to avoid YouTube deposting your video.
Yes.
Employees who were involved in this tragedy returned to work at the other
them advertisements
location of Kyoto Animation, but obviously some of them took extended breaks to deal with the stress and trauma, and the building was demolished.
Our young generation is clearly lost.
It's 4 p.m. The police in Tokyo receive a call that a man has been Once they arrive at the scene, they find a person seated on the floor. It's an attractive young woman sitting in the lobby of her building, but her legs and hands are covered in blood. She's sitting next to
Oh yeah, I heard this story before. Let's go.
Slowly out, literally just chilling with a phone in her hand. That woman was Yuka Takaoka. When all of this happened, Takaoka was a manager at a hostess club. A hostess club is basically a place Japanese men go to get their ego stroked. They go in, the girls working there pretend like they're the king of the world and make them buy drinks and spend money. There's also some spicy stuff going on behind the scenes, but most of the time it's really just talking and drinking. Imagine feeling like Justin Bieber in his prime, but you just pay for that feeling instead. Takaoka's job was kind of just overseeing the place and trying to milk out as much money out of these men as possible. Now on the side, Takaoka was also a huge anime fan. Who would have thought? Whole videos about otakus. She would do the typical thing of cosplaying characters and stuff like that. Nothing out of the ordinary. There was one type of character though she seemed to cosplay the most. Yanderes. If you're chronically online, you know what those are.
Oh god, here we go. Here we go with this. I'm gonna prepare myself for this one. Okay, let's just stretch out the cringe. Let's stretch out the cringe, boys. Let's stretch out the cringe. Oh my. Let the second hand this real hard.
These girls in animes, or I guess also in real life, who are overly in love with somebody. Like that next level stuff. Anybody who gets near their crush gets stabbed and they become all crazy. That's like the whole story of the game Yandere Simulator, right? You're this girl who everybody and anything who stands in the way of your love. Now let's get back to the hostess club. Those are designed for Japanese men to talk to women, but there's also the female counterpart, host clubs. Women go there to just forget about reality and talk to young men. And in one of those host clubs, Phoenix Luna had just started working there as a host to make a living. It's obviously not his real name though. Even though he just started out, he actually managed to do pretty decently as a host. He was number 4.
Where are my emeralds? What's the holdup?
And for quite some time number 3 in terms of popularity, which didn't result in a lot of money, but it was enough to survive, since he was also able to sleep there. He just kinda had that nice look to him. I mean, he's not an ugly guy, no did he? So one night, Yuka Takaoka decided that work was pretty draining as a manager. So she just wanted to relax a little and get some male attention. And so she went to a Fusion nightclub, the host club where Luna worked at. Now it was just something about this guy that caught Takaoka's attention. And so she chose him to entertain her for the night. She spends some money, has a pleasant night, and then goes home. As transactional as it gets basically. It's like somebody subbing to a big streamer. They get $5 and you get to see your name on the screen for a split second. But Takaoka just keeps thinking about this man, so she decides to return.
Now, when you make that comparison and then you just kind of like say it out loud and you just hear it out loud, you're like, what are people doing with their lives?
To the club over and over again. You gotta know, for the past years, Takaoka has only been focusing on stacking her bread. So she has some money to spend, at least for a while. So she goes in there and buys champagne after champagne. And the person who kind of makes her buy those drinks earns a commission, right? So Phoenix Luna is pretty happy about making more money. After a while, Takaoka notices that Luna is only ranked 4 on the leaderboard, and so she decides to spend even more money on him to get him up those ranks. And I'm not talking about a few $100s here and there. She spent up to 10k a month on Luna, which got him to 1 on the leaderboard within a month. They spend so much time together that Takaoka builds up this fantasy that if she just keeps spending money on him, he would eventually be able to quit his job and they could be a couple. Some down bad fantasy right there. This delusion escalated to a point where she would pay him to go on dates with her and paid extra money so she could reserve him every time she visited the club. Now Luna obviously kind of plays along since he's making decent money at this point, and it's kind of the job of somebody working there to be like a pretend boyfriend. And Takaoka would kind of know that since she literally works in the industry herself. I guess if you get those pink glasses on, you can't be stopped. She proceeded to rent a whole apartment near
I just realized what you guys
so
meant by who she looks like.
And I guess Luna kind of agreed to live there part-time. This is the part where she actually turns full on yandere herself. She gets so jealous of his work that she tells him that every time he meets a woman who's paying for his services, if you know what I mean, he should call and tell her. Remember, this man is not in a relationship with Takaoka at all. She's just paying him to pretend. Imagine a tier 3 sub tells Pokimane that she can't get in a relationship because he's her biggest fan.
Ain't funny.
But Luna kind of plays along because he's a sweet guy, and so he agrees to do so.
I'm sorry, I'm not even making any type of like derogatory term or anything. Or I'm not going at this person. I am not. Please, I'm gonna make this very, very clear. I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm not even trying to be like rude. I'm not trying to be mean. Nothing. I do not find Pokimane all that attractive. She's not that attractive. She really isn't. She looks pretty normal. She's not bad looking, but she's not... I know girls personally that look way better than Pokimane. Like, what are you talking? Like, I don't understand. What is the obsession with this lady? People saying she's so attractive. She is not that attractive. She's not ugly, but she's not that attractive. She's not like, oh, dead gorgeous type attractive. She's just like, from a scale 1 to 10, she's a good like 5. Let's just be honest. And yes, that's with the makeup too. So like,
Ryaga Samurai. I don't know, man.
I don't know. These boys are down bad for this woman. I don't know what it is about this woman that got people, well, not even people, just men, exactly up on this woman like this. Like, she is just such a good looking woman. I'm like, dude, there's a lot of good looking women out there, and Pokimane is not even on that thing.
Not that I'm defending the crazy women here, but what is bro doing moving in with a customer, and not dating her?
bro, you try to get the bag. You try to that's the deal. He tried not to fumble the bag. well, he's fumbling the bag, if you get what I'm saying, but he's trying to make sure that he has a security. But then again, you're not wrong.
3rd, 2019. Luna calls Sakaoka and tells her, "Hey, I'm meeting with another woman."
I know, right? Pokemon's pretty, but she's like, eh.
Catch that bag, bro.
Like, I would see her on the street. Yeah, I would not know she... Bro, I'm dead serious. If I was walking in Walmart right now, and I was getting eggs, and I saw Pokimane, I would not think it's Pokimane. Actually, quite frank, even if I knew it was Pokimane, she just looks like a normal girl. She doesn't look like that exotic to the point where I'm like, whoa, is that Pokimane? Gosh, she's pretty. No, she's like, cool. That's it. She looks like any other girl I know. And the girls I know is way better than looking than her. So I don't know what they... Jesus. Okay, I went to a con just recently. That's why I was gone for 4 days, which I'll be posting that video soon. But, I've been gone for 4 days. I saw a mix of different girls at the con, both cosplay and just regular, they're in their regular civilian clothing. Most of them was pretty pretty. Most of them was really good looking. If Pokimane was there, I would not pay attention to Pokimane in the slightest. Although the girls there are way better than looking, I'm just saying she's not ugly. I'm not saying that.
I don't know, Teach. Maybe the standard has dropped so much.
You're probably right. Sanders probably has dropped because she's kind of like the girl next door.
JR.
That's it.
To be fair, lot of girls who are 0 to 9 on the scale say they're 10s. If a girl ever rates herself like a 6 or 7, she's humble as hell and a keeper.
Yeah.
Auto 10 in my book.
I guess you're right. But, I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to repeat this again so people don't get this, because now my videos are going to be monetized, so I got to make this very clear. I'm not saying that she's ugly. I'm not saying she's a bad-looking woman. I'm pretty sure she's pretty nice. I think. I actually heard horror stories. She's pretty of an ass. But, other than that, she is nowhere close to beautiful. She's alright. That's it. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less.
JR. Business, you know what I'm saying? She could have a clubfoot chipmunk teeth, missing an eye, 600 pounds, and be like, I'm a 10.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. The arrogance is wild. Just to be clear, Crix, Adelia, if you're watching the video with us, come over here on YouTube. I know you're on YouTube Shorts, and for those on TikTok, come over here. Actually, I should just turn TikTok off. But anyway, for those who are on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, come over here on YouTube Horizontal, where we're actually watching a video, where you can see my V2E model. If you're on the YouTube Shorts, you're just gonna hear my opinion. You're not gonna see what we're watching. So I'm just letting you know that now. So yeah.
Just wanted to let you know, even though this is literally the exact thing she told him to do, Takaoka goes mad. So mad that she makes up a plan.
Okay, cool.
Laughing face.
To self-exit. But she's also
if she was my neighbor, I honestly would not notice it's her. Yeah, same thing.
Might as well take him with
I'm not even trying to
be
be mean.
happy in the afterlife. Kind of like Romeo and Juliet type of story. All this time, Luna obviously said I love you and stuff like that to her, but even she knew that he just did that because he got paid to do so. And in her head, if they both passed, his statement
were there soft,
Adela.
hard, and chewy caramels.
Log.
Discover the original flavor.
Live your life.
Whoa, bro, what's going on with...
Live your life. Live your life. Just live your life.
Might become a reality. So she pretends like she didn't just come up with the most twisted, evil plan ever and tells him to go over to their apartment so he can help her clean the place. After they do...
Oops. It's alright.
that, and also for some change, he takes a bath to just kind of unwind and relax. While he's taking a snap, Takaoka decides to snoop through his phone and finds pictures of another woman at the nightclub with him. Those weren't even explicit or anything, just photos that align with his work, right?
I by accidentally wrote log.
Up to go to sleep in the actual bed of the apartment, and it's all good. That night, Takaoka waits until about 3:50 AM. To ensure he's really asleep, she takes out a knife and stabs him in his stomach. He obviously instantly wakes up, shocked that he literally has something in his body, and before being able to push her away, Takaoka sits on top of him, asking him if he really liked her. I think in this situation, every guy would do the same thing, and he just tells her, "I love you," and then pushes her to the side. He runs towards the elevator to try to get out of the building ASAP, and Takaoka follows him after grabbing some things. Luna loses consciousness though, and so Takaoka literally drags his body to the lobby of their residence, and just sits next to him, waiting for him to die. Now a random woman just walks by and sees all of this, and is shocked to her core. First thing you gotta do is obviously take a picture, and then she calls the police.
Oh, I saw this on Rotten Mango's video.
On her phone, talking
Laughing
to God
face.
knows who, without a care in the world. Nobody does anything to stop her though, since they don't know what she's actually capable of. I mean, I would definitely not go near a girl sitting next to a grown man who's slowly acting like everything is sunshine and rainbows. And that brings us back to the beginning. Police arrive and arrest her, and she actually doesn't put up any sort of fight. While she's in the police car, you can literally see her smiling, like she enjoyed that stuff. Now comes probably the most obscure thing ever. Following this attack, Takaoka basically builds a huge following because she's somewhat attractive. Like, what?
What?
The guy who ran over who ended up getting like edits made of him. She got fan art. People described her as too beautiful to be criminal, and all of that. In December of 2019, she got 3.5 years in prison for attempted 3 years for all of that. The good side is Luna
Oh my god.
was able to recover from his heavy injuries.
Adila.
He regained consciousness 5 days
She
after
isn't
the
even
attack,
that
even though the
attractive.
doctors
No, she's not. She really isn't all that attractive either.
said that he only had a 20% chance of surviving.
Adila.
But obviously he wasn't able to talk,
I've seen prettier people.
Yep. The fuck?
eat, walk, or do anything essentially for quite some time. But after recovering from all that, as far as I know, he actually came back to the industry. He still works in the same host bar, but it's like way more popular now since everybody knows the story. The one downside is that his liver doesn't work anymore, and so he can't drink alcohol, but he can probably live with that. And this guy's some kind of saint. Luna agreed to do an interview with some reporters, right? And he literally said that he fully forgives her for what she did. This guy's like
Crazy how people just do this stuff and don't think it through.
No, they don't. They don't. They really don't think it through. They just what's at the moment. No, you should be very scared of people. Say, I'm just like in the type of moment type person. Be scared of those people. Because when they say stuff like that, that tells you at any moment things can go left.
MHM.
Never go with a person who says I just do things in the moment. Because those are the people who will ruin your life in a heartbeat without thinking.
Let's talk about Takaoka. This all happened in 2019 and she got 3 years. Doing some basic maths and she's been out there. And she actually posts quite regularly on her Instagram, still doing cosplays and stuff like that. And she also streamed, like Pokemon and stuff.
What the hell?
Junji Matsumoto was born in 1962 in, who would have guessed, Japan. You could describe him as a typical introvert, kind of nerd type of guy. He didn't really talk much, and when somebody...
Like, don't get me wrong, people who lives in the moment usually are very spontaneous, but they really do not think things through half the time. They really don't put long-term thinking. The risk and reward type thing. Ugh.
Asked him something in class, he would just straight up not respond, or go to the bathroom as an excuse. He really was just in his own world for real. For example, one time in class, he was asked what he wanted to be when he grew up, and he just didn't say a word, probably just stared at the teacher. Later, when the classmate asked him in private what he wanted to do, he said he wanted to be a scientist, since he was pretty good at math and science. So he might have been a shy kid, but he at least had something going for him. He could focus on becoming a scientist and just live a normal life. Unfortunately, he would experience an episode of events that will lead him to kill both of his parents. After graduating high school, he secured a job for a little bit, but quit since he couldn't adjust to the workplace, probably because of his shyness or anxiety, and he just kind of stopped looking for jobs. Instead, he now spends most of his time watching anime, reading manga, and helping out at the liquor store that his mother runs, alongside his big bro. He has no sort of friends, and his family are really the only people he actually talks to. It's safe to say he doesn't really have any plan on what to do with his life, and he continues this exact lifestyle for 30 years. 30 years of watching anime, reading manga, and sometimes helping out at the store. And now comes the first unlucky event. His brother is hospitalized because of some sort of illness, which leaves Junji's mom and Junji to run the store now. But things just don't really work out after a while. Other corporations around the area slowly open up stores, Junji can't really operate things, and the parents are quite old now, so they decide to close the shop and retire. I mean, he's around 49 when this happens, so his parents are getting up there as well. Respect to the grind, but at one point you gotta hang it up, right? So they're both retired now, and his dad kinda runs the household since his wife is not physically able to do so. Here comes the second unfortunate event. On June 13th, 2000.
Man, these commercials, man. I swear, man. Come on, man. I'm stupid.
2021, Hirokazu, the dad, who's now in his 80s, just rides his bike when he gets into an accident. And you know how quickly older people can break bones and stuff. I mean, it's pretty crazy that he's even able to ride a bike at that age. But the father ends up being wheelchair bound nonetheless. With his brother hospitalized for 10 years now, and his dad being in a wheelchair, it is now fully Junji's responsibility to take care of his parents and the household. And he's overwhelmed. He suddenly has to attend to them 24/7. Every time they gotta go to the toilet, he has to help them. When they need to take a shower, he's gotta help them. And something like a retirement home is out of the question, since they do not have the funds to support that at all. Matter of fact, he uses the money that they saved up over the decades to buy the food and all that, since he hasn't had a job that actually paid him since he was 19. It really seems like a dead end. Now let's talk about the most unfortunate event. On June 20th, 2021, Junji was just watching his favorite anime. Probably like, my little sister can't be this cute. Enough with the jokes. This is really sad. He watches this anime to kind of escape reality for a bit, and his father asks him to help him to the toilet, as usual. But there's a really good scene happening right now, so Junji just tries to ignore him. His father really needs to go though, so he's kind of complaining and annoying him, if you can put it like that. He asks him over and over again, until Junji snaps. He's so fed up with his father that he grabs an electrical cord and just starts him. His dad kind of squirms around and tries to stop it, but Junji continues. And all that is left now is his father's soulless. Junji doesn't just live with his father though, right? His mother witnessed everything as well. So in his head, he needs to get rid of her too. He's now left with two in front of him. He grabs them and puts them into the big ass empty fridge that used to be part of the liquor store. He shoves them in there and just tapes the door shut. Jesus Christ, bro, this stuff is disturbing. After the adrenaline probably kind of wears off, he realizes that he had just become a criminal, even though he just wanted to watch his anime. He doesn't.
Buddy, just pause the anime.
Please just pause the anime. Just pause the anime, dude. It's not that deep. The anime is not that deep. You can pause it. It's not like you can't pause it. And even if it's like a television type thing, I'm pretty sure you have enough money to like watch internet and be on a computer and play video games. So like, it's not that far. And I don't know what year this happened, but geez, internet is not that far off. Pretty sure.
Does not want to go to jail though, probably because
Bro killed his only social life for a 10-minute scene, brew.
Yep.
Adila.
That's crazy.
Like it's not an online video game. Ryaga Samurai.
That's crazy.
Bro must have been watching some peak.
To escape. After the incident, he calls off all appointments that his parents had. He calls off the rehab for his mother, and he postpones the visit of the welfare guys who would have come to the home to check up on him. On June 23rd, he takes all the credit cards of his parents and withdraws everything he can out of there, and then he leaves. There's a mix of him riding his bike and taking trains, but he essentially travels from one side of Japan to the other side, sleeping in different hotels, motels, whatever he could probably find. While he's gone, his relatives actually try calling them multiple times, but obviously nobody picks up, and so after a while of calling them, they called the police instead for a wellness check. They knew that Junji was under a lot of pressure and was
my little sister can't be that cute.
Not really the.
I don't think I'm a fan of that. Too much sauce. There's too much sauce. It's too much sauce. Too much sauce with the chips.
The guy to talk and stuff. So on June 28th, the police checks up on them. Upon entering the house, they notice this weird stench coming from the fridge, and when they open it, they find this. This is a 3D model of how the were inside the fridge. Damn. So they find both of the parents, but they don't know where the last person is, Junji. I mean, in their heads, everything could have happened to him. He might have been kidnapped, or also met the same fate as the parents. So they ask around. They interview the neighbors and stuff like that, and they all tell them Junji was kinda acting weird lately, and somebody spotted him riding his bike, and that leads to a nationwide search for him. The police looks at security camera footage, they ask hotels, all of that, and through that, they actually managed to track him
still
down.
doing it.
Well, they did, and they still do it.
Pretty easily. On July 4th, 2021, they find him in a hotel parking lot in Kyoto. They first arrest him for leaving corpses without reporting it or something, which you obviously...
What? Wait, they charge him with not reporting dead people? I guess.
He should do, but he quickly admits that he was actually the one who did them. And not gonna lie, this next part is just really depressing. During his trial, the prosecutor asks him about his family, and he basically describes how his mother suffered from a lumbar fracture. I don't know what that's either, but her back probably hurt so much that she said she didn't want to live anymore. And his father developed dementia in early 2021, and when he asked Junji to help him use the toilet, all that pent-up frustration and pressure just exploded, and he didn't care about the repercussions of his action.
Oh my god.
No matter who you are, there are times it can be tough to be yourself when you have...
During that trial, there were also talks about him having a personality disorder, which made him so shy and isolated from everybody, but that didn't really change the result of the sentence. On the 6th of... I don't know, to be honest, because the article doesn't say what 6th, but I'm guessing on the 6th of July, he was sentenced to 30 years in prison for alongside some other things.
Our young generation is clearly lost.
Other
Tsutomu
things.
Miyazaki started off...
Whoa! Back up. What? Tragedies and was blocked from watching cartoons. He shot the parents and hid them in the refrigerator. And his elders, after 35 years employed, this man was sentenced to 30 years in prison.
Some other things.
What other things? What do you do?
Tsutomu Miyazaki started off like almost every single person on this list. He was born in 1962 in Japan, and during his childhood he kept to himself a lot. He was bullied in school and didn't have a lot of friends, or any friends. And the reason for that is actually because of something entirely out of his control. He had a hand deformity which made his hand appear claw-like. I couldn't find a real close-up of his actual hand, since a lot of people use this picture, which doesn't even have anything to do with this case, but you can kind of see his hand right here. Because he was kind of an outcast, he spent a lot of time reading.
Did you know that Japan has a 99% conviction rate in court? They almost never find anyone innocent in court. While
yeah, but wait, doesn't other countries other than ours, well, we kind of following that path, don't our country, like, you're guilty but proven innocent? You're already guilty by default, right? Almost. But, damn.
Manga and watching anime, and like a lot of pubescent teenagers, he also dabbled in spicy content and horror movies as well. But as time went on, he gradually started watching more violent and graphic stuff. But I'll get there. Now, although Tsutomu was kind of a loner, from the outside it actually looked like his life was pretty nice. He was born into a wealthy family. They ran a newspaper business, and they were actually quite well known in the area. Additionally, he was a straight A student. He attended a very prestigious high school and was basically a 5-star recruit, but for academics basically. He wanted to study English to become a teacher. Pretty wholesome so far. But of course the outside often does not reflect the inside. People flex designer stuff even though they're dead broke. And Tsutomu felt the same way, dead inside. His parents were always working. They put so much pressure on him to perform well in school. He still had no friends, and the only person he actually talked to was his grandfather.
That's crazy, bro. You have all these good things working for you? Oh, man, get over yourself, bro.
JR. Well, in Japan it's because Japanese judges can be penalized by a personnel office if they rule in ways the office dislikes.
Oh, that sucks.
Bro is blessed.
I hate this dude.
Father, who was basically raising him, and all that just accumulates over time. You can tell that he started to show cracks when his grades dropped, and they dropped dramatically. He went from a rising star to rank 40 out of 56, which is pretty bad if you can't tell. Now, the high school he attended was connected to university.
He blessed FR.
So if you do well enough, you can just kind of transition and study the thing you want to study. In his case, English, right? But his grades dropped so low that he couldn't get in. So he had to attend a random local college instead and decided to become a photography technician out of nowhere. And you really gotta remember these small details, because once I reach the end, all these little facts will have such a compounding effect. Tsutomu studied photography or whatever, and during this time, his obsession with weird media started growing. Apparently in college, he would take not so appropriate photos of female players on the tennis court and be an absolute fiend for spicy magazines. But according to him, they became boring after a while, since they blacked out the most important
It doesn't help
so
that they put students on leaderboards. Can you imagine if they did that when you were in school?
Actually, I kind of did. I was in private school, and when I was in private school at the time, they had this thing where if you didn't...
Why he say it like that, lol?
Like, they had to, like, it's not a leaderboard, but like, I'll use an example. So like, say, okay, so one report card season will come around when report cards are being given. If you didn't get straight A's as a kid, they would keep you in the other room. Like, if you got straight A's, they'll put you in one room with ice cream, games, and I think movies and something, I forgot what else, and gifts. And then if you wasn't a straight A individual, you have to stay with the teacher and you can play on the computer. Now, as kids, you didn't really notice any of that being a problem per se, right? Because,
Adila,
you know, you don't see it as a problem.
Oh.
But like, now looking back at it as an adult, my God, that was
JR.
That was not good.
Send him to the other room.
Yeah, pretty much, like, they send you to the other room. So like, what happened is the principal will come to the, or the gym teacher, depending on whose charge was it. They'll come to the door, and then they'll call out your name. Say, for those who are on the honor roll or whatever the fuck, and then they'll say your name, and then you get up and you leave with the teacher, and then you'll be like a few doors down, and you get to eat ice cream and you get gifts and all this stuff. And if you didn't get called, you can eat your lunch and
don't send him to the other room. Send him to an insane asylum.
you get to eat your lunch, and you can choose to play on the computer, or you can do your homework, or when it was time to go, or in case maybe they used to do that around every time when report card season would pop up. And depending if your parents cared about your grades like that, being like an A student, this would be the big deal to you at the time. As a kid, it didn't matter to me. I just did my homework and got my A's, but I didn't get a straight A student at the time when I was a kid. So I didn't care for that. I just didn't see it as like a problem at the time. But when you're a kid, you don't see things, or you don't really pay attention to things that you don't think is important to you. But
more extreme stuff, such as media including people not of age.
Now looking back at it, that was very important. I should have took that seriously.
He really fell into the depths of full-fledged degeneracy. And this is only the beginning. At home, he still felt like
I would have
nobody
purposely got a B just to play on the computer.
No, yeah, that's what I did. Like A, B student. You have to be a straight A student.
Nightbot. At JR- I do what I must.
Yeah.
Blacklisted
really
spam warning.
His happiness or anything. They were only focused on material things and the business, which actually drove him to be quite depressed. And during that time, in the mid-1980s, so when he was in his 20s, he actually
God, these commercials are wild, man.
considered self-exiting. His grandfather managed to talk him out of that though. Unfortunately, in 1988, his grandfather would pass away. His only source of sincere human connection was gone. The worst thing that could ever happen to him during this period happened. Simultaneously, his grandfather was probably the only one who kept Tsutomu's dark thoughts in check, so he had no person who would regulate him now. And considering that regulated means taking pictures of women, you can kinda guess where this leads. His change of personality was noticeable from the get-go. He began spying on his little sisters and attacked them when they confronted him. When his mother caught wind of it, she also said that he should watch less of his videotapes, that at this point contained increasingly more vile and graphic stuff. Like, the anime and horror tapes definitely were not the mainstream type, let's put it this way. He wasn't watching My Neighbor Totoro, okay? And in order to feel closer to his grandpa, that he understandably very much missed, he would also eat some of his ashes. But as crazy as it sounds, the worst is yet to come. It's August 22nd, 1988, and Mari Kono, who's 4 at the time, is just playing at a friend's house. And Tsutomu takes notice of this girl. I would really love to say that he just went on with his day and all is good, but instead he decides to lure her in his black Nissan. And he drives off with Mari. He drives for a while and eventually parks the car under a bridge. For 30 minutes they just sit in the car and do nothing, until he decides to murder her and does some unspeakable things after. When he's done, he dumps the near his house and lets it decompose, before keeping some parts as a trophy in his apartment. He then decides to send a box to Mari's family, including several teeth, grounded bones, and photos of clothing. And I think you can imagine who they belong to. This absolute psychopath also sends a postcard that reads, "Mari, bones, cremated, investigate, proof." This happens a total of 4 times. October 3rd, 1988, Tsutomu spots Masami Yoshizawa.
Brew didn't want to deal with it.
Jesus Christ.
Who's 7 at the time. He offers Masami a ride, which she unfortunately accepts. He drives to the same place.
Don't these kids?
Bro, why would he send it?
Because he wants to be known. He's narcissistic. He's a narcissist. He wants to be seen. He wants to be known. He's not gonna outright say it, but he wants to be seen. He wants to be known. Because, like, let's just say. Actually, it's like some people, like, you know how they say sometimes the criminal comes back to the scene of the crime. They sometimes do that just to see how much they have thrown off, like, the police, or they want to see what their damage has done. They give themselves a sense of it's like a big upness to their ego, right? Or sometimes if it's like someone who's trying to be like a copycat and try to like take his credit for the work he's done. I don't even know why I'm saying that, like that's something that she should be proud of, or like that's something you should just call it work. They'll try to do something to indicate to the police that that person is an imposter, but I'm still not trying to let you know it's me. It's a narcissistic trait.
That he brought Mari to, and he does the same unspeakable things to her, takes her clothes, and returns home. December 12th, 1988. Erika Namba plans to return home from a friend's house when Tsutomu kidnaps her. He f***s her into his car and drives to a parking lot and takes pictures of her, of the inappropriate kind. Her was found 3 days later, close to the parking lot. On December 20th, Namba's family also receive a postcard that reads, "Erika, cold, cough, throat, rest, death." June 6th, 1989. It's been almost an entire year now since his first victim, and he still has not been caught yet. Ayako Nomoto, age 5, is again just playing in the park when Tsutomu asks to take pictures of her. After doing so, because Ayako obviously doesn't think anything of it, she's 5, goddammit, he convinces her to get into his car where they could continue taking pictures. And again, he murders her. He does not let her rest though.
Where are these parents? Where are these kids just by themselves? Remember, these are not teenage kids. These are 5-year-olds. The first one was 4. The other one was 9. And this one's what? How old was this one? 5.
Still has not been caught yet. Ayako Nomoto.
Where are your parents? Like, I understand that Japan is kind of different when it comes to kids and their independence. But if there's been like recent abductions to the point that the kids are losing their lives, where's your parents? Shouldn't they be like up on the news? It's like in your area.
Age 5 is again just.
Where's your parents? Why are you by yourself?
After doing so, because Ayako obviously doesn't think anything of it, she's 5, goddammit, he convinces her to get into his car where they could continue taking pictures. And again, he murders her.
I tell you something, these kids are very like these kids are bold. These kids are bold, yo. Because like I was with my mod. I was with my mod back at the I was with my mod and her husband and their kid at the con because they came to visit, to go see the con, and also I got to see Bean. And I got to hold the kid, the baby, right? As soon as the baby even came into my arms, she started losing her. It started losing her mind.
Parents looked away for like 2 seconds and turned back to see their missing daughter.
I don't think it's. No, I think.
Brother, the parents are dead.
Like, I don't know. This is crazy. These are not double-digit children. They're not 13. They're not 12. They're not 16. They're not 15. They're not doing any of that stuff where they're with their friends and they run into this stranger. These are 5, 4, and 9. What the hell?
He does not let her rest though. He keeps her body in his apartment for the next 2 days and does unspeakable things until it starts to decompose. He also drinks her and eats parts of her. To make it even harder for all of the families of the victims, he would keep sending postcards describing what he did to them in detail. And even
gotta remember that these types of crimes were not common. People started learning to say no to strangers and watch theater kids because of the 60s to 80s.
Oh yeah, this is an 88.
Call them regularly. When the families would pick up, they would just hear him breathing through the phone, not a single word being said. July 23rd, 1989, Tsutomu sees 2 sisters playing in a park, and he convinces the younger sister to go with him. Again, he starts taking pictures. But before this horrible cycle of suffering is able to continue, her father steps in and attacks Tsutomu. Luckily, her older sister who stayed behind ran to her dad to tell him what happened. Tsutomu was able to escape, but leaves his
That's creepy.
That's crazy.
car behind. When he eventually returns, thinking that he's safe, he's finally arrested by the police, who waited there the entire time. But that is not the end, just yet. When the police enter his apartment, they find a total of 5,763 videotapes, some containing anime, some containing horror movies, and some containing footage of his victims. Like, the entire room was just filled with tapes. On March 30th, 1990, pretty much all of Japan knew who this man was, and it was a huge thing on the news. His dad, who apparently didn't know any of this beforehand, didn't bother to pay any kind of attorney to represent him, and his whole family obviously disowned him.
Good.
During the trial, Tsutomu would really just yap. He blamed his alter ego for all the... He called him the Rat Man. This is a picture he drew to describe him. Bro really just copied the Chuck E. Cheese costume. The thing is, under Japanese law, people who are in the state of like insanity where they commit their crimes aren't punished in the sense of going to prison. Instead, they would be sent to a medical facility or something similar. So it was really just a question of, was he actually insane or just pretending to be to get his sentence reduced?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think he's just trying to get his sentence reduced. I don't think so.
In the interrogation, he talked about how the Rat Man was always standing next to him. And before he killed one of the victims, 10 Rat Men would just appear, and once they were gone, the victim was dead. Like, really just trying to seem like he was insane, which he obviously was to a degree, but he was definitely also fully aware of what he did. There were 3 teams of expert psychiatrists analyzing him, I guess, and they all came to different conclusions. One deemed him as schizophrenic, the other team said that he had multiple personality disorder, and the third team said that he might have had a personality disorder, but was still capable of his actions, making him fully responsible. And the court ended up deciding in favor of the last team. And so on April 14, 1997,
Death penalty.
he was sentenced to death.
Good.
He was actually hanged in 2008.
Nice.
That was something, man. Subscribe if you want more.
Cool. I like that. I like happy endings. Anyway, so with that said, this was interesting nonetheless. Like a side share from comment. This is from Yapmaster. We might do a lot more of his stuff for the Halloween event, but we'll see. So with that said, I'll see you guys next one and give Yapmaster a follow. Alright, now, we're going to go to the next one. This one's going to be a lot more lighthearted, and it won't be 38 minutes long. So, this is from Cindy Sins... So what? How do I say your name? Sinsnap? I think that's her name. It's not really Sin, but like the way she wrote it. Like, it's supposed to be like Cindy, but Sin Snaps or something. So she's recommending, this is an anime recommendation, so it's horror stuff, so. Top 5 manga that are horror.
Hey guys, it's
Ryaga's
Oh.
That's Sydney.
Oh my god, she just destroyed my ear. Okay, that was not needed. God. Sydney, that's okay, we'll just refer to her as Sydney. Or Snap.
And happy Halloween! I decided in honor of this spoopy holiday to talk about one of my favorite genres in every form of media, and that is horror. But obviously in this case, horror manga. I have been beyond excited to talk about one of my favorite genres in this medium, and some of my favorite series.
Wait a second. Were you in some weird, crazy YouTube drama by watching reaction videos? Or I'm thinking of someone completely different. Yeah, I think she was blonde too, unless this is the same person. Wasn't she in some type of YouTube drama where she'll watch reactions and she'll get in trouble because she's not supposed to watch the full episode on YouTube or some crap, and she'll get like a bunch of DMCA stuff?
Series within it.
I don't remember.
But I could never really find the proper time to talk about it. But now since Halloween is coming up, this is perfect. One of my favorite things about fiction is that it can make you feel things, even though you know it's not real. So if you can feel...
She don't react.
Okay, so I'm thinking someone different.
Fear and be uncomfortable from something you know isn't really there.
That's someone else.
It's kind of like a miracle, isn't it? These manga that I have chosen that I am about to be talking about have achieved that for me, and are good series that if you are looking for something similar, you should start reading as well. Now on to the first. The first horror manga that I just knew I had to include in this video is called Pumpkin Night. Pumpkin Night is a series that was clearly inspired from cheesy hack and slash horror movies like Halloween or I Know What You Did Last Summer. A plot where you can kind of turn off your brain and just enjoy it. So if the plot is cheesy, why should you read it? Well, the answer is simple. Why do we watch those cheesy hack and slash horror movies? For the gore. And I can tell you one thing. If there's one thing that Pumpkin Night puts everything else to shame, it's its gore factor. The plot is very simple. A girl starts murdering off a group of kids who bullied her and deformed her face by committing a vicious prank with a pumpkin head that she now wears when slaughtering them. Very rarely have I
don't call that a hack and slash, I call that revenge.
Ever seen a manga quite so...
If anything...
NGL, this manga was so over the top, gritting face with sweat.
I'm gonna call it John Wick's with pumpkin spice.
JR. Gotta run to D&D, take care.
Alright, later, bro. Thank you for coming.
Detailed when it comes to murder. Hell, this might be the only time I've ever seen it. And each panel that I seem to see always seems to make me feel physically ill because of how just detailed it is. I mean, the murderer's weapon is literally a knife with a pumpkin carver at the end. I think we could all imagine how graphic a death could be with a fucking pumpkin carver. Within the first few pages, you can see her gouge out a girl's eyes with it, and it ain't pleasant. And although the story is just your typical gore plot, that doesn't mean it's bad either. It does have some twists and turns, and although character development isn't really a thing in it, it does have some very good revenge elements. So if you're looking for a good old-fashioned Halloween horror manga to read, I recommend you read this one. Now, if you are looking for something a bit more thought-provoking and don't really mind the social commentary side of things, then I think Starving Anonymous is the one you need to pick up. A story of a group of boys waking up in a facility where humans are being bred and fattened up to be fed to aliens and are trying to escape said facility. Clearly, this is a
Promise Neverland.
Social commentary on how we humans fatten up and breed animals to later consume. And hell, I was half expecting to just rage quit this manga because I don't need another vegan thing to tell me I'm a shit person for what I eat. But I was clearly very wrong. Wrong in the fact that I thought I would rage quit. It really opened my eyes to the horrors of mass meat production with the best way I can relate, and that is with the meat being humans. And although I am a meat eater, seeing the boys try to escape the facility and seeing some of the parts that they had to come across did leave me a bit traumatized. For instance,
Like a lot of us,
Commercial.
I used to get confidence from external. This is
where the boys happen upon the breeding room where they inject the males with a drug that makes them have sex until they die of heart failure. The woman is drugged with aphrodisiacs to ensure that she has as many children as possible until she's used up and dies. And if that somehow sounds sexy to you, it is quite the opposite. Seeing how their bodies are torn down, how they go crazy and die horrible, painful deaths while pumped full of estrogen and hormones felt very nauseating, and that was just something in the beginning. Of course, the horror element doesn't just lie in the mass meat production, but also of the boys trying to escape a facility where aliens are trying to devour them mercilessly. We also have to slowly figure out why there are aliens there. What are they there for? It is a very well-written horror action suspense manga.
Guys, I'm gonna just turn off TikTok. It really makes no sense anymore. Like, I'm gonna just turn off. There's only 3 people there. There's not really anything. So, I'm gonna let you guys go, TikTok. I'm out. Later, TikTok. Or if you want to come over here on YouTube, you can watch the YouTube thing that we're reacting to. So, I'm gonna turn you off TikTok. And, you know what? I'm gonna even turn off TikTok.
Ryaga Samurai.
TikTok short, YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
I'll just turn it off. Not real point anymore. There's no point. There's really no point. Just defeats all the purpose.
That, although deals with veganism, is a type of manga that everyone can enjoy. Highly recommend if you're looking to be slightly scarred for the rest of your life, as it does not hold back on any means of anything. The next series, in my opinion, deserves a lot more attention, and that is the manhwa Gigi Gigi Goi Goi. A manhwa that's filled with unique short stories that always has a hook in each chapter that just keeps you hooked. I have personally reread this series dozens of times because I just love how original it is and how you can just never really predict the ending. Gigi Goi Goi isn't the type of horror stories that you've ever experienced before due to the author's creativity, and at the end of each chapter leaving you with a lot of unsettled feelings. One of the short stories that made me feel unsettled was one called The Teleporter, where a guy had a family heirloom that let him teleport wherever the second teleporter was placed. So if I had one in my hand and set one in another place, and I pressed the button on the one I had in my hand, it would teleport me to where I placed the other one. He uses the button to rob a jewelry store and gains the money to send his girlfriend to a trip to Paris, as long as she brings the other teleport button with her, so he can teleport to her when he wants to. So eventually she has an affair with a Frenchman, and the main lead finds out and calls her saying he's going to transport to her. But she immediately flushes the second transporter down the toilet. After she flushes it, we begin to see some blood and one of his eyeballs appear in the toilet bowl. For some reason, the story, although tame, really stuck with me.
Women. Woman moment. That's a woman moment right there. You can't tell me. Oh, man. Oh, my God. That's a woman moment. You know how that thing works, and you put it in the toilet.
LOL.
My God. He's an idiot. He should have never let her know that he had that ability to do that. Or even had that. I don't care that's your girlfriend. That was something that should have been kept between you and your family. That was dumb. Very stupid. Woman moment.
Ryaga Samurai. Am I right, boys?
Jesus Christ. Like, when did you see that? Like, I just thought, like, when that happened, what popped in my head was the meme from TF2. Women.
Because after I read and saw the final panel of his eyeball and his blood seeping through the toilet bowl, it really made me start thinking of how painful of a death that really could have been. Having your entire body crushed by toilet pipes and seeing the panel of it is just having your body slowly crushed where pieces slowly keep coming up. It's just... The horror used in Gigi Goi Goi isn't your usual ghost murder mystery story where things pop out or the characters are being hunted, but rather innovative tales of each person that bears no similarity to previous chapters, besides the feeling of being greatly uncomfortable. Definitely recommend this if you're looking for a breath of fresh air in the horror genre and you like short stories. The next series I want to talk about is one that I finished fairly recently after putting it off for many years, and that is Shiki. And man, oof, Shiki is downright one of the best, most amazing manga I've ever read.
I don't know, maybe the manga's better, but like, me and my girlfriend tried to watch that. And it's not like it's disturbing or anything. It just felt really boring to watch. I don't know if it's just me. I'm that guy. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it. It was boring for me to watch. I watched it on the anime. I think we halfway left. Like, we didn't even finish the whole thing, honestly. I tried to, but I just couldn't get past like episode like I think it was 12 or 15. Where everyone's kind of figuring out like the vampire thing is happening, or at least the undead. I think they're undead, or like they're vampires or something. It's like, or ghouls or something between, somewhere in between. But like, Jesus.
When it comes to perspective reversal. Story about a town that is soon swept with an illness that can affect the young and old, that will eventually make them die. Later, it becomes known that the people who died of this illness had the possibility to be revived as Shiki.
No matter what type of severe asthma you have, Tespire can help you have fewer attacks.
Wait a minute, is it that anime with the girl with pink hair and black eyes?
Yep. Yep-roonies.
Otherwise known as vampires. I don't really like the vampire genre as it seems very cliche with...
I didn't really see them as vampires. I kind of thought they were like ghouls. I think that was the best interpretation of this was... Because they didn't come off as quote unquote vampires. It felt like it just felt kind of
vampires always needing to suck people's blood, and that's really all they do story-wise. However, Shiki quickly proved me wrong. A wonderful vampire manga about vampires who have a plan to change humanity, but instead send the village slowly into insanity. I love Shiki's horror elements due to how clever it is by making you care about every single character and then seeing them slowly transform into something awful. Admittedly, it's kind of hard to go into detail about that without ruining the ending, so I'm being as vague as possible with it because I want you guys to go and watch this. Shiki's horror elements that you see slowly, that the scary things happening to the people, such as waking up in an enclosed coffin underground or seeing your village peers being picked off one by an unknown illness, aren't in reality the scariest thing, but rather the fight against insanity and evil. I am also aware that there's an anime adaptation of Shiki, and although I haven't watched it, I highly recommend you just go read the manga or the original novel even, as to me nothing can really compare. So especially read this if you're looking for a manga that will really make you think. The last manga I will be talking about is very hard to pinpoint, so I'm just going to be talking about all of the author's work in general. And that is, of course, the author Junji Ito. Junji Ito is one of the most famous mangakas in the horror genre due to how unsettling his drawings are and how downright creepy his stories are. His seemingly most well-known story, Uzumaki, definitely left me with a lot of feelings of unease, and I still can't look at spirals the same way. However, I want to delve deeper into all the rest of his other stories. And although he has created some other rather longer length series such as Tomie, Gyo, and of course Uzumaki, his specialty is also short stories. Because they're so short, he can explore an idea so deeply without any of the theatrics, yet it still leaves you cringing in your seat. One such story that made me feel that way was one of his newest short stories called Layers of Fear. A girl's father finds a layered ruin of a corpse that is found to be cursed after his daughter loses part of her face, only to reveal she herself has another layer of her face under the skin that is peeled off. We come to find out that each skin layer is a layer of each year of her life. So the more she peels off, the younger she looks. Junji is a genius at adding unsettling art to add to the horror of his story, and Layers of Fear is no exception. Seeing the girl's multiple teeth as well as the girl's skin ripped off adds to the anxiety of seeing that they are being cursed. This concept can be applied to all of his works, so it's very hard to pinpoint which one that you should read. because I just say go read all of them. Junji Ito is a horror creator that I recommend to those who are not just looking for horror, but also to be deeply perturbed. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoy your Halloween as well as read the manga I suggested. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And be sure to follow me on all of my other social medias. So that being said, happy Halloween!
Okay, click that stop. Oh my god. Anyway, this was Cindy. Sin Snap. Like, subscribe, share, follow, and comment. I hope you guys enjoyed her commentary. She did a pretty good job. Just the beginning and the end just really upsets me. But anyway. Oh god, that high pitchedness. Okay. God. I'll see you guys.
Ryaga Samurai. LMAO.
Oh my god, that was upsetting. That high pitchedness is just gonna drive me up to the great Jolly will not be defeated. Let me see here. That's the next video. We can do like one more and call it early today. Cause like we gotta find something. VTuber has a genius way to keep their streams 18+. Ooh, that sounds like a great idea. I actually like that sound of that. Huh. And also a threading boss rush game with innovative. Nah, not doing that. Not doing that, bro. Let me see. What can I do? An antisocial neighbor wants me to do a favor. Nope, that's an hour long. Not doing that. We are not doing that. We brushed.
There's some barbecue sauce in the corner there.
Why? Why?
Spicy. It's very spicy. Why?
You don't know spice, Mom. I don't think you know spice. I didn't. I think she likes barbecue sauce.
No, you like it.
I do like it, but no.
Not in beef then?
No, it's weird. I would put probably ketchup, probably, but I don't know that one. My mom is something. All right. I'm sorry about this guy. No, let's just throw in a regular video. Oh, no. I got one. Horror stories. Okay. She really put it. Yeah, she really did. What was I watching? Creepy. Haunted. No. What are those? Brian, what are those videos when people go into like haunted houses? They're not in haunted houses. They go into bed. What are those videos when people go into abandoned buildings? Not abandoned buildings, more like they go into abandoned buildings and they make content from it. Is there a term for that?
Ryaga Samurai. Closed down malls and stuff?
Yeah. Is there a term for that? 3 discerning true abandoned building stories?
Summer's here.
I don't think there's
that.
that.
It's many challenges. Heat that won't quit, hammocks that won't hammock, flips that won't flop. That's why it's important to keep it cool, keep them coming.
Oh wait, creepy account. I think it's creepy encounters. I think that's what it is. It's creepy encounters in the caught on camera. That was it. That was it. Okay, most disturbing camp encounters during. Okay, that was it. Let me see. 7 scariest camping encounters ever caught on camera. Okay, let's see how that.
Reddit user Coldgate
There we go.
111 recently uploaded a creepy video while camping in Blackbird Forest, a well-known haunted forest in Delaware. This forest is famous for local stories about mysterious creatures and ghosts, and what they captured there is truly chilling. A creature seems to be watching the person recording from behind a wood box. See that? The creature's eyes glowing eerily, and it quickly hides when the camera turns toward it. Crawler. A Reddit user named Luminosity posted a creepy photo taken during their friend's recent camping trip. At first, the picture just seemed like a happy picture. However, after brightening and increasing the saturation, a disturbing figure became visible. Commenters suggested it could be a crawler, a term for eerie humanoid creatures with twisted, unnatural bodies. The Stalker. Sky, the host of the YouTube channel Swamp Valley, decides to spend a night camping alone in the woods. At first, everything seems normal, as any wild camper would expect. But as Sky ventures deeper into the forest, he starts to feel like someone might be following him. As he moves deeper into the woods, Sky notices a man nearby.
Hey, I don't want to sound like a big pansy. This is really freaking me out. Somebody is actually following me, and it's freaky, man. Like,
there is someone following him. I see him. He's right there. There is a dude following. That's creepy as hell.
wait, I am. Can I walk faster? Get up to my pals. That's freaky, man. That's freaky. Just get beyond the joke.
There's a guy behind him.
He quickly hides in some thick bushes, holding his breath.
Is that the other guy? I see him. Dude, that is so weird.
Thinking the danger has passed, Sky continues to follow the man, who appears to be heading towards his campsite.
honestly. I was about 50 meters behind him. I don't know where he's fucking gone.
Panicked, Sky tries to call his friend Colin for help, but struggles to reach him.
By linking our TikTok accounts with the family pairing tool, it's easy to make sure what my teens are watching on their TikTok is safe and age appropriate. Just like family movie night. Nope. Family pairing on TikTok.
What?
Artextric.
I don't mind TikTok trying to be more family friendly or trying to keep kids safe, but like, you're on the verge of being kicked off this entire like app network. Why are you even bothering to get a commercial? What does that do?
Give Colin a phone. Just tell him so he doesn't get fucking done in.
Oh, fucking. Oh.
Out of nowhere,
what the hell?
Suddenly reappears, pours gasoline on Sky.
Oh
and
snap!
Chasing him with a lit torch.
Fucking hell. Oh. Fucking hell.
Oh snap!
Fucking. Jesus fucking.
Oh my god!
Get fucking burned.
Just water.
Fucking river. Fucking river.
That's crazy! I probably got it in his mouth.
Fuck.
Oh my god!
Oh, fucking hell. Fucking. Get the fuck away from me. Get the fuck away from me.
Creepy live cam. Imagine
Whoa.
watching a live camera of a forest.
So was that real? Was that real?
Oh, fucking stinks. Fuck.
Ryaga Samura. I don't know.
Get the fuck away from me. Get the fuck away from me.
The rest of the footage is too disturbing. Oh, that probably was real.
Creepy live cam. Imagine watching a live camera of a forest at 3 a.m. and spotting this.
What is that? I don't know what that is. What the hell is that?
This happened to a Reddit user named any_insect8448,
Okay.
who quickly recorded the footage and shared it online. These creatures' movements are odd, with jerky and erratic motions that don't match what you'd expect from normal animals.
What is that?
Some think it might be a cryptid, while others suggest it could just be a large rodent. And I suggest subscribing to my channel. Footsteps. The Flex Tapes is a YouTube channel focused on camping and hiking adventures.
Mhm.
In this video, he decides to spend a night alone at an abandoned farmhouse, isolated from civilization.
I'm fairly used to this place now. I'm used to where I am. I'm happy with my surroundings. But I'm going to go back and I'm going to spend the night there on my own. So, but yeah, it's just a really, really old farmhouse. There's not really a lot in here. But the reason I want to do this is because of what we found last time, paranormal-wise, and it was a bit strange. So there's a bed upstairs in one of the bedrooms, if I remember rightly. So we're going to go and have a look. Don't know if you can tell, but I'm not feeling good about this.
Despite the unsettling atmosphere, he is determined to complete the solo camp. He finds an old metal bed upstairs and decides to sleep there. After setting up a night vision camera, he attempts to sleep. but the sound of footsteps coming up the stairs jolts him awake. And then this happens.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm feeling kind of burnt out, so I'm gonna enjoy my time in the last 10 minutes of this. So we'll just call it early. Given it's a pirate, you know what I'm saying? It's not scary, you know what I'm saying? It's more of a costume. So I'm not so gung-ho with this character design all that much. I'm gonna finish it like I did the other one, but like this one, I'll finish it. But, like, it's not that exciting compared to the other ones. This was a lot more exciting.
Congratulations.
I'm not gonna lie.
Received 100 messages today with Restream chat.
This was like more interesting. The Grim Reaper one was more interesting than it was with the pirate. The pirate's just an aesthetic, if anything. It's not even scary. I don't know why I don't even know why we even threw pirates in there, but like, I'll finish it. Don't get me wrong. I will get it done. I'll have it ready tomorrow. But you know, well, yeah. But I'm just feeling really burnt out lately. Oh. Oh snap. Bro, is that a person? Oh snap.
You are the future.
Oh my god, these stupid commercials. Bro, that's crazy. He's a homeless person. That's crazy.
A man appears in the doorway. Realizing he is not alone, he decides to leave quietly, using the night vision camera to navigate his way out. Red-eyed creature. This video, shared by Reddit user Zombie Paranormal, was recorded during a rainy night camping in the woods.
What the hell?
It shows what appears to be a frightening creature with glowing red eyes hiding in the darkness. This mysterious figure seems to be watching the person recording the video, but when the recorder goes out to investigate, the creature is gone. Behind you. The YouTube channel Outdoor Adventures showcases solo camping trips in the woods. While Frozen was recording his video, something terrifying happened.
Good day 2. I don't have to really worry about doing 20 miles tomorrow because we did 4 extra miles today.
Someone or something moved behind him in the bushes. Then, a second movement happened.
I never see Asians, black people, Hispanics be doing things, or Indians be doing things like this. It's your fellow neighborhood friendly Caucasian man. I kind of noticed this. Like, the pattern is always the same denominator. It's always a white guy put themselves in these positions. It's always your friendly neighborhood Caucasian man. No, I'm not trying to bring race into it because I just mentioned it, but like it's just a funny observation. Like all these men who always running into these situations is always white.
Damn right, LMAO.
You don't see this. It makes me laugh because like you don't see Asians, black people, Hispanics, or people of Indian descent be doing this. Like what? Or Native Americans.
Strange part is that there
there's a reason why we don't do these things
at all. Frozen didn't notice or react to it. The shot was taken near this tree on the right. Ludlow Incinerator. This footage is captured at the Ludlow Incinerator, which people say is haunted because in 1966, a 24-year-old waitress named Della Mae Miller was found strangled here. At first, police thought she might have been killed by a known murderer, Nolan Ray Ryan. KLW Urbex has come to check out this abandoned place in Kentucky. They climb over the fence and head toward the crumbling building, which is covered in graffiti. They start hearing strange noises and decide to explore the dark basement.
Are you scared?
I'm scared, man.
Are you ready? I thought you wanted to go down there.
It's scary as hell. I don't know. Well, there's the path right there.
Okay.
You want to go?
I heard something.
Did you really?
Yes. I swear.
Because you know I'm scared. You don't.
I'll go first, but I did hear. I did hear something. We're gonna go to the basement of the incinerator and check it out.
Inside the basement, strange sounds echo around them as they explore.
Did you hear that? I'm not kidding. Like
You need to quit fucking with me,
I'm
alright?
not fucking with you.
You know I'm scared.
I heard something. Hello?
They decide to head back to the top floor when they notice this. Something, or someone, hiding in the darkness behind a fence. Whether it's genuine or just spray paint, I can't tell for sure.
See anything in there? I swear I saw something in here. I promise you.
There's nothing in there.
I promise you there was something in here.
Creepy humanoid. A man went camping in Australia and decided to explore the area. Everything seemed calm and pleasant, but he soon realized he wasn't alone. He discovered something unsettling hidden behind some rocks. It had a triangular face with big eyes and a grey, bony appearance. Despite the man's unsettling find, the creature remains unidentified, and its true nature is still a mystery. Happy Halloween. On Halloween night, the TGO Bros set out to film an urban exploration video for their YouTube channel.
Wow. Really how to name yourself. Don't go bros.
While
The world can be a big, complicated place, with opinions and hot takes everywhere. But with TikTok's keyword filter, block certain content from showing up in her For You feed. So that's one less thing to worry about. Keyword filters on TikTok.
We are making our children so weak.
Have you ever tried this before?
I don't believe I have.
Camping in the area nearby. As they enter an abandoned school, their mood quickly changes when they discover this.
Oi! Let me see. This place is fucked. What the hell? Is that?
What the fuck is that? Bro, that's fucking balloon!
Nah, oi.
Bro, balance tingling on it.
Nah, remember, don't go near that. Fucking don't go near that, bro. Yo, if you two wanna fuck with like balloons and shit, yeah.
Bro, that's fucked.
A bunch of helium-filled balloons standing upright in one of the empty rooms, hinting that someone has recently been in the building. As they explore further, they start hearing strange noises echoing through the empty halls.
Yeah, I know. You fucking scared me then, you know. Oh, did I? Yeah, because I was expecting you to come from behind me and you've walked through there. Bruv, nah, why is there balloons? Hello? Yo.
My black sensors, yeah, off the fucking scale right now, yeah.
Food with Mew. EOO.
Yo, no, why are we not questioning? We're stood up like 10 feet away from balloons, helium balloons.
That's what I'm saying, why is it there?
Food with Mew. No one can hear you talk well, not me.
I tell you something, that's like, this is why I don't understand. How do you...
Samurai. Muted.
Gotcha. It's like, how do you go into an abandoned building that you don't even belong to be in, right? And then what happens is that you hear a noise that you're not even sure of, and then you say hello, like they're gonna respond, "Hello, fellow kids. What's wrong with you? You shouldn't even be there. Why is it there?" So now the problem is now they found a bunch of balloons in this abandoned building that they didn't expect anyone to be in. Now there's some random balloons that's just there. That's a good indication that you should leave.
Bro, why does this look like Kino?
Whether it's a ghost or not, get out of there.
Bro. Hello? What the fuck, bro?
Food with Mew. I just got home at like 5:50.
Alright, we're about to finish.
Nah, dude.
We got 2 minutes left.
That's something, nah, dude. Promise you, yeah. That's like gotta be something metal, man. Bro, nah, dude, hold on, dude, bro, for real, yeah. Hold on, dude. That was like something just like clanging against like a wall, bro.
It sounds like brakes though on like a kid's bike, bro. Do you wanna go in there?
We can't do an exploring video and do 5 minutes.
Food with Mew. I think I'm getting sick, I'm feeling blood.
No. No!
Despite their attempts to brush it off and stay calm,
you can't be getting sick. I'm just about getting out sick.
Starts to hit them. The tension only accelerates when they hear another unexplained noise, and this happens.
Uh-oh. What the hell?
Can you hear that, dude? Dude, fuck that, dude.
It's a cloud! It's a cloud? Bro, come on. I hate when they do this. Why would you... Okay, it's very hard enough to see when you run. It's another thing when you put a effect where you put a stupid thud and then a vibration. How do we know that's not fake now? Whatever.
Food with Mew. I have a sore throat and constant sneezing so far, sad face, and very little energy.
That's what happens when you talk to me on the phone.
What the fuck was that, dude? What? Bro, shut the door. Bro, give me that light, yeah. Fuck, I didn't notice, but I cut myself earlier. Just cut myself in my hands, man.
You cut my hands, man.
Right, yo, nice. It'll do, man. It'll do. Dude.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Dude, that just did not happen.
But how do I know this is not real? Like, how do I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I can't tell if this is real or not. I don't think it's real. Okay, we see the clown. I don't know. It's just too on the nose, man. A clown. And they proceed to go into the building knowing that there was helium-made balloons for like nowhere in a random place. I don't know, man. I'm calling sus on this one.
Adila. So sorry I can't watch now.
Alright, alright.
IGTG and meet up with some friends.
Alright, do your thing.
You're an awesome person.
Thank you.
Have a great awesome day.
Thank you. You too. Yay.
Fuck this, dude. Bro, go.
They leave immediately, realizing they have encountered something far more unsettling than they had expected. Now, watch this video next.
Alright, we're done here. Alright, so... Alright, so like, subscribe, share, follow, and comment. This was the 7 scariest camping encounter. This was not even camping. Actually, most of them was, well, this last one wasn't camping, technically. I don't think it was considered camping. Camping encounters ever caught on camera. Scary Camp V31. This is from Mystery Man. So if you like him, give him a follow. All that great stuff. I'll put in the link in the description and all that great stuff. So with that said, have a great night, guys. I'm going to jump out of here. I'm tired. I'll finish the pirate next time. So, yeah. So we're not doing any more. Oh, I think there's one more character creation tomorrow. I don't even know we're gonna do that one anymore because that went left so hard.
Samurai. Good night, Teach.
All right, night, Bri. Talk to you later. Thank you for everyone coming in. We're out. Later, guys.